Well, let's jump right on into it. If you guys don't know Mintie Pie, as I mentioned at the top of the show, she's a fellow Canadian, a fellow Moco. She's a crafter. She's a gamer. Not a very good gamer, but she's still a gamer.
Listen. Okay. Listen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm good enough to have platinumed Elden Ring and Bloodborne. Thank you very much.
Why did you platinum Elden Ring? That game, don't tell me you did it with the DLC. Like, I could see the core game, but not the DLC.
I haven't actually played the DLC yet. So when I played it, I actually have 2 copies of the game.
Okay. Why do you have 2 copies of Elden Ring?
Well, okay, so when it first came out, I bought it on PlayStation.
Okay.
So I was playing it on PlayStation, platinumed it that way. I really had a good time with it. And then the second time, Kim for the Day actually bought it for me because she wanted me to take her and Heather through Elden Ring.
Okay. But it's not multiplayer without PC. Night Rain, right?
No, it is. No. So there's a mod that allows you to multiplayer.
Oh, modding. I'm not a very good modder. I modded Stardew Valley for like the first time, and I didn't enjoy that.
There was like a really easy walkthrough to do it. So we did it that way, and we played for a bit. How far did we get? I think we killed Margit. I think that's as far as
I believe it's pronounced Margot.
Sure, whatever.
I don't know. That's the first guy, right?
Yeah, the first guy.
Yeah, the guy who taught me how to play the game because I've never played a Souls-like, and then I ran into him, and I had to die like 500 times, and Chad convinced me to do it naked.
Oh, yeah, no. See? Yeah, no. So when I first played Elden Ring, I let my chat choose my build, which, by the way, is a horrible mistake. Don't ever let chat choose your build.
Never trust chat for anything. Jesus.
Yeah. So they picked like the worst possible build for me.
Which was?
It was the prisoner, like some magic fucking build.
Wait, that's a build? I thought that was like a class that just changed your starting stats.
Well, it is, but like I'm like squishy. Like, fuck, what am I gonna do with this pot on my head or whatever, right? Like, so.
I mean, I went naked, so.
Fair. So then I was like, screw these guys. I'm playing this off stream.
Okay.
So
and
I made I went back and found the tankiest ass starting character I could find.
Okay.
And that is where I started. I had the spear and the big shield and enough armor so I was just on the edge of not fat rolling. And that is how I did. So
that's such a weird way to do it. To be fair, I did want to go back and play Elden Ring for a second time as a different class, like a spellcaster. The problem I ran into is I did the DLC, and the DLC treated me so unfairly that I lost all faith in wanting to play it again.
Oh yeah, see, I haven't done the DLC yet because I got the DLC. Another friend bought the DLC for me on PC. So because I had started on PC again, I have to get to the point to unlock the DLC again. And I just haven't had the time to do it.
I accidentally found out how to start the DLC because I did that fight like 2/3 of the way through the game. And I was lucky to remember that fight even existed.
Oh, yeah, no, but also the nice thing was about me doing on the PlayStation was I could save to the cloud, come back, do the thing that I needed like to get each of the endings. So I only had to play the game once on my PlayStation, and then I got the platinum that way.
What does it take to platinum? Just multiple endings? I thought it was like to kill all the bosses and everything.
Well, there's the trophies for the bosses, but there's also you have to get all the different endings. So you had to have the one where you took you decided to burn everything to the ground. That was that flame one.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah, and then there was the where you become Elden Lord, basically.
Well, isn't I burnt everything down and they still called me the Elden Lord of the
Oh,
Phoenix or
yeah, but
something.
well, there's one where you defeat the Elden Lord,
Yeah, I
the guy at
thought I
the
killed
end.
him.
Well, so there's that one, and then there's the one where you take like you what's the chaos one? It's the three fingers one.
3 fingers? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I never counted how many fingers the bosses had. I never was like, this guy has 15 arms, so he has to have 15 times 5 fingers, right? No, that never crossed my mind. It was, can he bleed? Can I kill him?
Let's see here. It was no 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 no. So
But
there's the Age of the Star ending as well, which was the where you went with Rani.
oh yeah, I didn't do that one for sure because I
Yeah,
I
and then
never really got to talk to her much. I fought her late
it
in the
was
game
the
and she did nothing.
Frenzied Flame ending was the other one, and then there was the Elden Lord ending.
I feel like I got the Elden Lord and the Frenzied Flame. I burnt everything. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me the Elden Lord, and I killed some sort of star beast thing.
Yeah, that was so if you killed the Elden Beast or whatever it is, or then that would have given you the Elden Lord ending. So unless you went back to a previous save or something, I don't
No, I
know.
I burnt the tree, and then I went back to the tree and I fought that guy inside the tree.
I don't know. Maybe you can get both endings or those two endings. But yeah, so uh there were 3 endings to get the platinum if you killed
Okay.
also all of the peoples.
I would never want to platinum the DLC. It was not it's not that the DLC was hard. It was hard, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it was rushed out. It was too soon. It needed more time in the oven. It was not anywhere near as polished as the
Oh, I mean,
original
I
game.
watched you play a lot of the DLC, right?
I was very frankly upset at the low quality. And the difficulty of the bosses where they tweaked so much of the dodge rolling mechanics, like it's the general, I don't remember his name, Gaio, whatever his name is, when he charges you and you have absolutely no wiggle room at all to dodge through him. That was brutal. And the end boss, that was hard because he hides his attacks a lot, especially in phase 2, and phase 2 is so long.
Yeah.
But I disliked it just purely because there was a whole bunch of absolutely nothing in the game.
Yeah, I like I said, at some point I will play the DLC. It's just a matter of me having the time to play and the energy and will to go and play it again. Because I'd have to like get back into the memory of playing it is what it
I
is.
got the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending.
Okay.
That was the one they gave me.
Okay.
I remember so many of these bosses for these achievements. I really like Elden Ring, the original,
Mm-hmm.
got a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm taking a point off is because it broke my computer and would not be able to run. So I had to run
Oh.
it on my stream computer. And that's because of Windows Update that they poorly ported over to PC for.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, they lost a point because if I didn't have a second computer with a different video card, I would not have been able to continue to play, and I would have had to refund it for not being able to play the game.
Yeah, I'm glad I played it on the PlayStation when it first came out.
I feel like it definitely would have played a lot better on PlayStation, but
Yeah.
the DLC got a 6 out of 10,
Mm-hmm.
primarily because it was just so disappointing and broken.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Like, I mean, I'll get to it eventually. I mean, I also platinum Bloodborne, and I out of all the Souls games I've played, Bloodborne is my favorite
I've
so far.
yet to play any other Souls. Like they're on my list, obviously, because I really enjoyed Elden Ring and bashing my head. I died 2,705 times playing it. I feel like
Oh.
I could play the other games now. My biggest concern is like with the Souls games, they're so old, and I feel like the graphics and everything won't hold a
Oh
torch to
yeah.
Elden Ring. So I'll be frustrated by not only bad mechanics, bad hitboxes, but like the steps that they had to get to be such a masterpiece of Elden Ring.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I get that. I started my very first introduction to Souls games was Demon Souls on the PS3. I went back numerous times and I rage quit every single time. I didn't actually finish Demon Souls until it got remastered on the PS5.
What is Demon Souls?
Demon Souls is basically one of their first Souls games.
Huh.
It's like the introduction.
It looks like a low-res Elden Ring. Oh my god, I
Oh,
bet that fight would have been amazing with the guy with the huge shield. Oh,
oh,
except I
it
bet the camera was so bad.
it is literally suffering as what that game is, because your environment also tries to kill you. There are traps every fucking place. The swamp made me want to rage quit the game. Like,
Why?
I hated it so much. Because there are things in the swamp that are going to kill you, but you can't run. You literally cannot run away. And you're trying to roll and dodge, and you're heavy. You're fat rolling everywhere because the mud won't let you move. It's
Are
suffering.
are you okay? This seems like some PTSD over there.
So much so. There was so much suffering in this game. But when they brought it to the PS5, it actually looked really good. Like they did a good job with it. Um, yeah, the PS5 port or remake or whatever was fantastic. They did a really good job.
So where do you
Uh,
think I should go with my Souls journey next?
mm,
Where would you go? Like, I could do Demon Souls, I could do Sekiro, I could do what is it? Dark Souls 3, 1, 2.
don't
There's
do
so many
one.
of them.
Do not do one. You will be
But that's how
so
the game
angry.
started.
No, literally. Okay, so I played Elden Ring and then was like, oh, why don't I play the remaster of Dark Souls 1? I
Right?
hated that game. I had a friend who loves Souls games, did an MS Paint guide just for me to help me get through this game as fast as possible. I didn't do any of the optional bosses. I was like, look,
Why
just
not?
get me from the beginning to the end so I could stop playing this fucking game. Because I hate you. There's no jumping. Okay.
What?
Like,
Jump attack was so good though. That's like
there's
my
no
main attack.
jumping in Dark Souls 1. Okay. Any of the quality of life stuff you love in Elden Ring does not exist in Dark Souls 1. It is just the most frustrating bullshit game ever.
So it sounds like that's what I should play next because I'm sure the chat
I
will love it
guess
more.
if you want to just chuck your controller at your screen.
I've never thrown one of my controllers. I don't think I'd start now.
I mean, I did when controllers were cheaper, but not for
That's true.
$100 these days.
That's a mood. Oh my god, that's a mood. I was looking at getting a Switch 2 and a Pro controller was $100 Canadian, and I went, "How are controllers $100?"
It
Back
is
in the day, they were like
ridiculous.
$20, and that was for like the
I know,
Mad Cats, the ones that have the auto A that holds down, so you don't have to hold the A button to shoot.
I literally have a pile of PS3 controllers because they weren't that bad to buy when they would break or whatever. But now, like when my controller starts to drift, I'm like, oh fuck. Do I
I've
buy?
never had
Do I
a controller
spend
have
$100?
drift, actually. I always
Really?
blame controller drift, but I've never had drift.
I have what 3 PS5 controllers, and all 3 of them have a drift issue.
Do they just not make good PlayStation controllers?
I think they have the same problem as the Nintendo Switch controllers. It's not made very well.
Okay. I could see that. I've heard a lot of bad things about Nintendo Joy-Cons. I haven't bought a Switch, so I wouldn't know.
Think we have probably like 6 Nintendo Switch 1 controllers that need to be fixed.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm assuming when you say we, it would be you and your children, right?
Yeah. So I have a Switch, and then the kids have their Switch. I have a PS5. The kids have their PS5.
You don't share? They share?
They share. The two girls share. My PlayStation and my Switch and my PC are mine.
Why?
Um, because if I'm streaming, then I don't have to worry about
Okay, you're a streamer. Yeah, I forgot about that.
right. But also, I mean, this way, if we want to play games together, we can.
Okay. I never thought about it that way because I was just like, when I was a kid, I always played on my dad's computer. And I played on my dad's Nintendo, Segas, etc. It was never mine. I never had a separate one for me. We shared in the family, my brother and I. So I was just like, why would you not share? It seems like not only would it be cost effective, but you're a streamer. I get it. If you want to go play Animal Crossing, you can't really do it if your kids are playing Animal Crossing.
Exactly. Well, and that's basically what it came down to is I wanted to play Animal Crossing and they wanted to play Animal Crossing. And then, well, we needed another Switch to do that. But also when I travel, I take my Switch with me for the plane.
Where do you travel so much that you need a Switch?
This year in particular, I did a crap ton of traveling.
Like?
So in May, I went to South Africa. I was gone for a week.
I thought you went to Japan in May.
Went to Japan in July.
Okay. So May, South Africa, and then July you went to Japan.
Yeah. And then in August, I went to Seattle.
Why Seattle? Okay. All right.
For PAX West.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to TwitchCon.
And that was this month, October.
Yeah.
So that's 5 very big trips. How can you afford that? You're a streamer.
4 big trips. Okay, so 4 big trips. That was 4. One, the South Africa one, husband's company paid for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he won an award. So they sent all the people who won an award with their spouses or plus ones to South Africa, all expenses paid. And they basically had like tours and stuff planned for us and all that kind of stuff. So basically the only thing we paid for were gifts for the kids.
Okay. I've never heard of you talk about your husband before. So for some reason I was like, oh, she's totally divorced or something.
No, I typically don't. Unless somebody asks me, but I mean, it's not something I really bring up a lot because he's not really a gamer per se because he spends all of his time on his computer all the time, right? So he's like, he likes to just watch anime or hang out with the kids or, he'll play gotcha games, but that's
you talk about your kids all the time, but never the husband, not even when I'm there at least.
Yeah. So, because, stay-at-home mom. So I spent like a lot of my time with the girls. So they're gamer girls. So they and we talk about games a lot, but also they're very artsy and creative and that kind of stuff as well. So I went to school for graphic design. And so they saw me as they were growing up do a lot of design work and animation and that kind of stuff. So that kind of got us all talking and, having the same interests and that kind of stuff. And when my oldest was growing up, like we played on the Wii together just so to tire her out, right? We play games together and she really wanted to play games. And that's kind of how she actually learned to read. Was that I was like, you want to play this game? Well, you're going to have to learn how to read the text and stuff. It was Epic Mickey, of all things, she wanted to learn to play.
Okay. Never heard of it.
So I was like, You've never heard of Epic Mickey? Oh,
I
okay.
never played the Wii. The last Nintendo game I played was on the 64.
Yeah. So, I was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to learn how to read this, the text if you want to play the game. So, um, we did a lot of reading together. She loves reading, by the way. Um, and that's kind of how they also got really big into video games. It was just a way for them to learn things, and I didn't have a problem with it. So, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned you were in graphic design, but I
Yeah.
thought it was your daughter that drew your avatar.
She is. So I'm not gonna lie, I can't draw for shit. Like
But you're in graphic design.
but you know what? You don't actually need to learn to draw for graphic design.
I mean, I didn't learn how to draw to do Photoshop, but I feel like Photoshop's basically like drawing, right?
Well, but I mean, you can. So there's some really neat stuff with Adobe. Um, and what I use when I would sketch something out, um, and then use Adobe Capture, which takes a picture and vectorizes it and puts it in your Adobe library.
Okay,
And then I
that's
could clean it
interesting.
up with actual shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's how I did a lot of my stuff. Now I drew a lot better when I was doing it often, but I don't draw
Have
often.
you ever
And
shared any of your drawings? Because I don't know if you have.
no, I think they're hideous, but the girls are like, no, it's not bad. The girls have started drawing basically by the age of 2.
Okay.
Uh, they I had little sketchbooks for Disney princesses and how to draw certain things, and they picked it up. They found Bob Ross on YouTube of all things, and would sit there and watch Bob Ross. They'd watch other artists on YouTube, and that's basically how they learned to draw and figure out colors and lighting and all of that kind of stuff was YouTube. I'd say the girls probably have at least 10,000 hours in just creating art.
That's almost
Because
more hours than I have in RimWorld.
well, it's kind of like whenever they said, mom or dad, like, oh, I'd like, these supplies because I'd like to learn how to do this art style or painting or sketching or whatever. We were like, okay. And we just go get it for them. And I think because of that, their talent for creative things has grown. My youngest right now is actually hand drawing some animation for me.
Animation.
Yeah. So I asked her if she could make my character do the caramel dance, for like
It's
20
Caramel
seconds.
Donson, but yeah, I
Whatever.
know it's one of the favorites of chat. We have it here too. Also, by the way, hi Amdi, thank you for the raid, guys. Go check out Amdi. We're talking to MintiePie. Obviously, MintiePie is a VTuber. Oh, is it PNG tuber? Because I feel
It's
like you
PNG.
don't. Okay.
Yeah, it's PNG. It's PNG.
Even though you have multiple PNGs.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
and they're all drawn by your daughter that you have
yeah.
now used as slave labor in order to get.
No, she gets paid.
You pay her.
I absolutely pay her.
No shot. How much do you pay? I mean, I guess I shouldn't ask that because you never really want to know.
Depending on what it
commissions.
is that she's doing for me. So she does my emotes and stuff because she does all my emotes as well. Like I pay her like $50
Per emote.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The going rate right now is like 25 per emote.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're
that's
paying for
not
quality.
So I had her do like 3 emotes and I'm like, here's $50. And then for this animation though, I think I'll probably end up paying her like a couple $100 for it because
Wow.
Yeah.
And
because I want them to learn that their time is worth money.
That's fair. I think it's twice what the going rate is, and they might have trouble accommodating that in the future. But that's fine. I mean, it's internally. I was just like, oh, she totally raised these kids from scratch just so she could save money on art for stream. Man, that's the worst way to go about paying for artists. You got to make them yourself. But I mean, I've had such bad experiences with artists that I wouldn't be faulting you. I'd want to make my own artists as well.
Honestly, like that's one of the things I was just like, I'm so happy that the girls can do this for me because I cannot imagine having to sift through all of the artists who aren't artists but use AI or steal other people's work or
and
whatever.
The second you say the buzzword, all the bots come in, so you don't even know if they're even actually artists or a scam. Yep.
Exactly. Right. So, but yeah, so she's hand drawn, I think it's like 180 some odd frames for me. And she's in the middle of like, she said she's lined and colored like 70 of the frames so far. So,
and that's just for you to be a talking animated cat girl.
Yeah.
How is it going to be animated for you to do this though? Like, is it
so basically I'll probably just add it to like Tangia or something like that, or make it a redeem or something. Yeah, right.
And so then it'll pop up and do that. It's not like you push a button, your character does it.
Oh,
it would be tied to a bot.
So at some point I'm gonna have to fork over the money to make a VTuber character, because so her and I did a foray in trying to make a VTuber. She drew out the character and did all the mouth stuff and whatnot. And then I tried my hand at rigging. That is suffering.
I've never done it. I've never looked into it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about it.
You basically are adding points of movement in all of the areas you want to move, and then connecting them so they don't, so it looks all flowy and stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I attempted it. I basically gave up at one point because I just could not get this one eye to just not drift. I don't know why it just kept moving to one side. Like one eye would look straight and the other one would drift, and it was just like, forget it. I can't.
That would be really clever though to have on stream, because it would be unique and people would be like, "Do you have a lazy eye or something?" And you could make so many memes and stuff about it. It basically sells a derp emote.
I mean,
immediately.
If you look on my channel trailer, it's got the VTuber there. So, but yeah. I just, for the sake of like easy setup, because the other thing now is, because I'm doing crafting now, I need the camera on the craft. So I'd have to get another camera to face me for the VTube.
Can't you
setup.
use your phone? Like, I believe Lambo uses his phone.
I can use my phone, but not with the rigging program that I use, because I used Adobe. So the next step is actually to try and get a 2D live VTuber.
What's a 2D live VTuber?
So that's typically the one that you see most VTubers have. It's like the 2-dimensional, very.
I don't watch that many VTubers. I'm sorry.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I have very strong opinions on VTubers. That really, it's only about how hot the model is. That's the only thing people care about. And
wow.
I got spoiled by watching a couple big VTubers once, that I can't go back and watch the smaller VTubers that didn't pay $1 million for their character. Because it bothers me how static they actually are for most of the VTubers. That bothers me, grinds my gears when you've seen people that flex their fingers and they gesture and do all that stuff like that. That's awesome. But so many people don't have that because it costs
are
so
like
much.
10 grand.
Exactly. But it's like, I don't know. Having gone from watching some really good TV, some amazing blockbuster videos to all of a sudden I'm watching somebody's university film project and it's just like, I don't know if I can watch this. But everybody who's a person, sure, the camera quality can be worse, but everybody who has a camera and is a flesh tuber can flex their fingers, can talk, can move, and it feels just more natural and more inclusive to me to be able to see what they're doing and not a static cat girl that wiggles. So I don't watch a lot of VTubers roundabout way, also because they're also very boring. I find when you're hiding behind a mask, it's a character, not so much an actual show.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
But I don't watch enough to know.
I like having my PNG because I'm lazy as fuck. Okay,
wow,
we're gonna.
Why are you so lazy?
Because you know how much time it takes to fucking put on makeup.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask
my
me
point.
if I know how much time it takes to do your hair.
Exactly my point. So
I toss on a hoodie that's been on my floor and I push the go live button.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I'd have to do my hair, I have to do my makeup, like I have to look decent on the camera. So it just, for the sake of me just picking up a hoodie off the floor, I could just do that and put on my PNG and be okay with it. Right. So that's kind of why. And also, I don't know that I'd be able to stream as with a face cam. Honestly, it makes me nervous because I am not 20 years old anymore. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm not. So, and therefore, I think I'd be very self-conscious about it. Whereas with my VTube, I can just talk about stuff without being self-conscious about worrying if I'm, cute enough or hot enough or whatever, right? That kind of thing. I can just be myself behind my little cat girl.
I'm sorry.
Because my cat girl is actually from Final Fantasy 14, which I've
a chat comment came in that made me laugh so very strong, and I need to read it.
Okay.
Sora Arc said she doesn't look a day over page 1. Because it's like you're a cartoon character, and I got it, and I enjoyed that comment. Anyways, sorry. So your character is from Final Fantasy.
Well, kind of. Like she's just a little VTuber from based off of my Final Fantasy 14 character.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
So, do you have a story of how your character was in Final Fantasy and got hit by a truck and is now isekai?
No. I just like being a cat girl, and I've always been a cat girl. So on Final Fantasy 14, you can change your races and all that kind of stuff, and your race and how you look and all that kind of stuff. I have not changed my character's look aside from her hairstyle since I started the game over 10 years ago.
So if genetics was a cool thing, would you genetically modify yourself to be a cat girl?
Oh, fuck no. No.
Why not? If I could be a cat boy, I would, and I would be the best cat boy. I'd have actual hair. I'd probably be one of those bald cats that looks very hideous. So I might take that one back. But you like Final Fantasy. I know you play it with a lot of Pix's crew. How did you get into Final Fantasy, and why?
So
why Final Fantasy, not World of Warcraft?
Okay, so funny story. When World of Warcraft came out, I was interested in it. And then I found out you had to pay a sub for it. And I was like, who buys a game and then has to pay a monthly sub for it?
I had the same opinion, and then I found out that it's to help make the game better, so I was all for it.
Yes, But the only reason I found that, like, came to that conclusion, the same conclusion you came to, was because I played White Knight Chronicles.
What is White Knight Chronicles?
It's like, it was like an MMO. Well, not really. It was an MMO, but like it wasn't like open world or anything like that. You had like your own little server, and then you would instance into like dungeons, but the story was kind of offline, and then you'd go online to like run dungeons and stuff with friends. But it was free to play, which meant no moderation whatsoever. It was
Okay.
toxic as hell. Like the forums and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So when they decided to shut it down, I had a lot of the friends that I played White Knight with moved, said like, hey, why don't you play Final Fantasy 14? So when the first version of Final Fantasy 14 came out, I kind of looked it over and I was like, meh, I don't really want to pay a monthly sub, whatever. Then 2.0 came out and everyone's like, oh, you need to come in and play. It is so much better, that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. So I bought the game, I tried it out, and then just ended up like loving it. Like loved the story, loved playing with friends, loved my class. I play as a summoner on Final Fantasy 14, so I can summon my a little
I have
pet,
no idea what the
basically.
classes do. The only thing I thought of was that like it was a thing from Raid Shadow Legends where you summon all the champions.
Well, no, it's like I get one pet basically, and then they've changed the class so much over the last 10 years, but now I can summon like that one pet basically changes into the other summons.
Why don't they just call it a warlock?
I don't know what a warlock does.
It summons a pet, usually a demon, and it's like a hunter. Oh wait, you probably don't even know about hunter. See, this is why you should play World of Warcraft. It's far better,
No,
in my
but
opinion.
hey, I did play World of Warcraft for like till level 20.
And you don't know the warlock. I mean, level 20. Okay, you might have like the blueberry, maybe an imp. It's not the best summons. I get it.
I did play Hunter for a bit and realized I don't actually like a pet class because I don't like having to tell my pet what to do. But also, I don't play Final Fantasy with a mouse and keyboard. I play with a controller. And I think the same was for World of Warcraft. I tried to play it with a controller and realized you can't actually, and played it with mouse and keyboard and decided I didn't like playing with mouse and keyboard.
Oh my God, please tell me your kids don't do that. Please tell me you raised them right, because that is hideous. This is the first time I've been disgusted on this podcast playing an MMO with a controller. Jesus Christ!
But like, because in all fairness, I started with console. Right?
That doesn't matter. You have so many buttons you need to press.
Well, but see, in 14 you don't.
What do you mean you got like an attack spell, a heal spell, a battle stance, defense stance? Are you telling me you only have 4 buttons?
No. But there's like, I can swap. They have different, like, you can swap through different faces and put each of your controls on a different face. So like, if you hit like one of the trigger buttons, it'll change the buttons on in front of you, right?
No.
So you have one for left.
That's
and
terrible.
Right.
No. How do you skill shot? Is it all like tab targeting?
Yeah.
How do you target? Do you push like right trigger X?
Yeah. Basically.
How big is the raids? Because it feels like you can't have more than 4 people in a raid.
No, so the Savage raids are 8 people. So they don't have like the massive ass like raids that WoW does. Thank God, because I could not imagine scheduling that bullshit weekly. So, yeah. So the Savage raids are 8 people. They do have like 24-man raids. And I think the other one was 72.
I'm so
For
disappointed. Why do you play the lesser MMO? I'm sure I'll get torn apart of the YouTube comments on that one.
because it's
But
pretty.
yeah, okay. Well,
And I can be a cat girl in Final Fantasy.
I don't think you can in World of Warcraft. There might be a
No, you
cat girl
can't.
helmet. But you wouldn't want to be a real cat girl, and that's where you draw the line.
Yes.
You don't want an awesome tail and ears.
In Final Fantasy 11, you could be like their cat girls looked more like cat girls. Like cat women, I guess.
Cat women.
I don't know.
So
Where
what's
I
the
had, like,
difference
more of a
between a cat girl and a cat woman to you?
Okay.
Because to me, one's a
so,
DC hero or villain sometimes.
So, Final Fantasy, they added the Hrothgar, which look more like cat
What did you call me?
women.
Did you call me a Hrothgar?
I mean, if you here, look, let me see if I can get a picture for you.
You know, I'm totally going to look at it. I'm going to judge you even more now.
I mean, okay. Girl, female. Image.
So, do the girls even play Final Fantasy?
Of course they do. Oh, no, my
Oh
girls?
my God,
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay.
Because, okay, so that's like Catwoman. There.
So, if I'm right, you think cat girls are more humanoid and cat women are more cat.
Yes.
I would completely disagree with you. I would say that cat girls are far more cat because it's more like juvenile, more unrealistic, and cat women would be more men kind, like human kind.
Maybe. I don't know. They just call them cat girls. I mean, typically, like my actual like race is Makote.
Yeah, okay. Again, that's just like a Hrothgar. I'm not ever going to know or care what a Makote is.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy in the sense of it's a pretty game. Like I loved fishing, I liked crafting. I will sit there and just hang out in a spot and fish for hours because
How is that
it's something
fun?
I enjoy. Because it's relaxing. I can watch Netflix and just fish in my game. It's relaxing. It's nice to just chill, right?
I don't know what that feels like.
Well, maybe you should find a nice fishing game.
Why?
Because it's like, okay.
Do you know
like
me?
Fishing.
I'm glad you like fishing. As a cat girl, I see the fish comes naturally. I get it.
I mean, fishing is fun. I enjoy, like, I played, what is it? There was a VR fishing game, and I loved
hate
it.
VR. I absolutely hate VR. Why do you like VR?
Okay. I only got VR because my friends wanted me to play Resident Evil 7 in VR.
That's a lot of money to play a bad game in VR.
And then I found a VR fishing game and really enjoy it. So, sidekick with regards to VR making you sick, as long as I don't have to move, I'm fine.
See, that's one of the terrible things about VR. My comments about VR is purely that it's not like Sword Art Online. I want it to connect to my Nerve console. I want to plug it purely in, have no controls, be completely wireless, and be 100% immersed. And if I'm not 100% immersed and I get tangled in a wire, I'm going to lose my shit and be like, I'm immediately unimmersed and this is trash.
That's
also,
why
streaming
I
it's
like
terrible.
the ones. when I would like sit there or like when I'm fishing, I'm not moving. So I'm completely immersed. Like I don't move from my little fishing spot. I'm sitting on
Why
a
don't
nice
you
little
just go fishing
bench
in person?
because I don't like touching fish. It grosses me out. Sam,
Okay.
would you like me to tell you a story?
Yeah, go ahead.
When
Tell me the story about how you got grossed out touching a fish.
okay. When I was growing up, my dad used to take us fishing all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. Like I enjoyed fishing IRL when I was younger. So, my husband had a conference at, I think it was Disney World, Cisco conference. So we went there. I was very pregnant at the time. And I was like, well, they have the option at our Disney resort to go fishing. I'm like, that's pretty chill. I really liked fishing. I haven't done it in a really long time. Let's go. I'm going to go do that while he's off at his conference. So I go over and they gave me a rod and a cup with worms. Okay. Fucking
Mm-hmm.
cup with worms. I'm like, okay. I mean, I hooked worms when I was younger. I should be able to do it now. I was it was gross. Like every time I brought the hook to the worm, it would like squirm away and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is grossing me out so much." I look over and there's this little 10-year-old boy next to me and I was like, "Excuse me, would you mind putting this worm on this hook for me?" And he was like, "Sure." So he did that. And I was like, "Thank you so much." So I, was fishing and I was like, "Great." So then I caught a fish. And then I went back to the guy with the fish still on the hook. And I'm like, "So what am I supposed to do with this now?" And he's like, "Well, it's not big enough for, us to take. So you could just take it off the hook and throw it back in." And I was like, "Oh. Oh, okay." So I was looking at the fish on the hook and I was like, I don't want to touch it because it's gross, and slimy and it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. And
You can wash your
so I went,
hands. It's in the water. You literally just wash your hands in the water.
it was gross. So yes, Denikai is correct. I was like, I went back to the 10-year-old boy and I was like, "Would you mind taking this fish off this hook for me, please?" And so, yeah, so he took it off the hook and threw it back in. And then that was the end and the last time I went fishing. So, yes.
Okay.
That's why in VR, I don't have to touch anything gross.
What
This is
makes
why
it gross
if the
to
apocalypse
touch?
happens, I'm going to die.
Because like you could also get gloves, right?
I didn't have gloves at the time.
But you could if you went now, right? You could go and you could get fish gloves and
I
you can go
mean, I
fishing.
could. I mean, I live by a man-made lake where they stock fish and that kind of stuff. And also the other problem with that whole fishing thing is once I catch the fish, I don't actually know what to do with it.
You would typically gut it and then cook it or
Okay,
just
but
throw
I
it
don't
back.
actually know how to gut a fish. Okay,
So
Zam.
you take the knife and it's just like a person. You cut them across the tummy and you take all the bad stuff out.
Yeah, but
Make
I
sure to
don't
bonk their
know,
head
but
so that's humane.
look, okay, I don't actually. My mom knows how to gut and skin fish very easily. I didn't learn any of that, so I
I'm
haven't.
sure you
When
could
I go to
ask
the
a
store,
10-year-old boy to do it for you.
I just, when I go get my fish, it's already filleted and clean, and that's it. So I just go to the store and get it that way.
I mean, okay, but you're doing this for recreation. You don't even have to cook and eat the fish. You can just let it go.
I mean, I could, but then I'd still have to touch the fish, and I don't
With
want to touch the
gloves.
fish.
You're not touching it.
I mean, but then it's slippery and then it's slimy and I
Get
I can feel it through
anti-slip
the gloves.
gloves. Like, you're just making all these excuses where you need technology to play fishing games.
But also then I don't have to smell the fish.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you found a way to enjoy fishing that doesn't cause you any sort of, ramifications of your actions. But I feel like I used to fish in person. I lost all my fishing gear in a tragic boating accident. But anyways, I actually would have preferred to fish in person rather than in a video game, because at least then you can drink a beer and relax and not have to worry about your work emailing you.
Well, but also you could drink your beer and relax and still be, in your home and not have to worry about falling out of a boat or something.
No, see, I firmly disagree. Like, why would you want to be at home when you could be anywhere else?
Because then I don't have to worry about getting sunburnt or, sunstroke or dehydrated.
Oh, so you're afraid of a nuclear furnace in the sky? Jeez. I can't believe you.
Skin cancer is a real thing. Oh my goodness. No.
You can get skin cancer from like computer screen radiation or from just living. The outdoors are not scary, chat.
But also bugs. I don't like bugs.
You can wear nets, you can get little tent things, you can get bug spray. There's all sorts of solutions.
Yeah, but then if I stay indoors, I don't have to worry about bugs.
Okay, you just enjoy your indoors then. Don't let me convince you otherwise. But
I feel like this year I touched a lot of grass. So
no, you just went all around the world. I don't think you went and you touched down in San Diego and were like, where's the nearest grass? I got to put my hands on it. Somebody point me to grass. I bet it was probably even, actually, no, I bet it wasn't dead down there. October's pretty nice.
No, it was actually pretty nice. It got cool in the evening, but it was pretty nice.
Chat wants to know if you would be an indoor kitty.
I would most
an
definitely
indoor
be
cat
an indoor
girl.
kitty. I definitely.
I'm not an indoor cat girl. I would be one of those outdoor cat girls that just like roams around the streets catching mice and murdering birds.
Yeah, no, I am definitely the cat girl that would curl up in front of a fireplace and take a snooze. That's me.
Naturally. We're two different
Yes.
cats. But going back to your traveling everywhere, you went to Africa because your husband won a trip. You went to TwitchCon. You went to Seattle for absolutely no reason. You went to Japan because it's pretty. All right, PAX West is great and all, but that's still no reason. Actually, to be very fair, I'd go to a PAX over TwitchCon 9 times out of 10.
I mean, I really like going to PAX because I enjoy taking a look at a lot of the new games. Like, that's my big thing, is checking out like all the new indie games, checking out, getting to play a lot of the games before they come out. And then I can make a decision if I want to buy them or not.
And there's a lot more of them at PAX than there are at TwitchCon. Like, why don't you tell me about the difference between PAX and TwitchCon? And like, what did you do at PAX? What did you do at TwitchCon?
So PAX, I typically go to a lot of panels. I got a bunch of autographs, pictures.
Autographs from who? For what? Voice actors of what?
So I have autographs from previous PAXs, not just this last one, but previous PAXs. I got an autograph from Ben Starr and a picture with Ben Starr.
People have talked about him a lot in my stream. What is Ben Starr known for?
Final Fantasy 16. He was in Expedition 33. He was in the new Final Fantasy Tactics game. He was in Dead Talk.
Can you name something that I might have known or played or heard or watched?
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Like, I'll play Expedition 33 at some point. It's just not on my dock at this point. I actually could play before I move on to a Souls game.
I would play it for sure. It was a fantastic game.
How long
Music's
is that?
fantastic. I'm still in Act 3, so I haven't finished it yet. But it depends on if you're chasing the story or not, or if you do all the extra stuff.
I feel like I would explore and level up that way instead of grinding like JRPGs typically do. I feel like it's a JRPG, even though I bet it's not, but it feels like it from what I've seen.
It is. It is. I mean, it's they're saying like 40 hours for the main story, while the side content will take about 60 or more. So depends on how much you want to explore.
So that's about 10 streams or 12 weeks. Interesting. Maybe I'll do that. I'll ask chat. I'll ask them later. Be like, what do you want? And they'll probably be like, we don't know. We're chat. Just play something. Or better yet, don't play anything. Just talk to us. Apparently, chat just likes attention. They're like cats or dogs where they want the attention when they only want the attention. Otherwise, don't give them attention. So you went and you got a bunch of voice actor autographs.
Yeah, and then I got the girls that are like Aerith, Yuffie, and Tifa, the voice actresses who voiced those for Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay, voice actor. I was going to say I only know them from their hentai versions, but okay, go on.
Oh my god. And then I got the autographs for the director of Final Fantasy XIV this last time I went. So like that for me is a big thing. I like to go to panels.
What kind of panels?
Well, a lot of them talking about the game. So the Expedition 33 panel was great. Like listening to all of the actors kind of talk about their experience while making, like doing stuff for the game and what it was like for them. So that's really interesting. Some of the panels about like jobs in the gaming industry, because they used to have PAX Dev, and I used to go to that because I actually wanted to work in the gaming industry.
What would you do to help make a game?
What would I do to help make a game?
Yeah, like, do you work on a UI? Do you make
probably
models?
UI? You know, like just the aesthetic of the design. So as a graphic designer, like looking at, you know, if things are cluttered, if things feel awkward when you're trying to play the game. Like I enjoy doing Q&A, and I know Q&A is kind of, quality assurance is kind of not a good place to be for a lot of industry people, but I like seeing if I can break a game. I like seeing, you know, if things feel weird when I'm trying to play the game. So, but you know, talking to other devs, you know, it's interesting for me.
Okay.
What else? What other panels? Also, I like to go shopping. I like to go to, you know, check out some of the art stuff. I like the swag from PAX. I get a lot of swag from PAX.
I bet it's better swag than what you got at TwitchCon.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely better swag.
Bro, I got keycaps and shoelaces the time I went to TwitchCon. I don't wear shoes with laces that I would put Twitch laces on, in fact. And why would I remove my keys with Twitch keys? It's so weird.
Yeah, no, I get like all sorts of pins. I get nice little bags. I get posters, like really nice posters.
What do you put pins on?
So, I have like a bag that I will put pins on, like
a messenger bag?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And that's it? That's all you put pins on?
Yeah, typically is, you know, my purse or messenger bag, I'll pin them on. Although I've kind of been thinking that I might actually get like a cork board and start putting my pins on that.
Ooh, that would be clever, except you don't show your background when you're a streamer.
No, I don't. So I don't know. We'll see. I have to think of a way to show them off because I have some really neat pins that you can only get by going to these events. The other thing is during PAX, like some of other companies will have their own events. So I've gotten to go to the Nintendo one where I got to play the new, what is it, Super Mario Wonder ahead of everyone else.
Wowie zowie.
Yeah. So, and they had like a whole Animal Crossing set up, and it was super cute and that kind of stuff. So, and I got exclusive like Mario pins and all that kind of stuff that you can only get from that event. Um, and then I got to go to this Square event this year, but I was only able to stay for 30 minutes because I had to go to the I went to the Stardew Valley concert because that was the same night. So,
You know, you can listen to the Stardew Valley music by just playing the game.
no, this is through an orchestra.
Yeah. But you can hear it in game.
But it's so much better
Why
live.
would you listen to it live at an orchestra when you can listen to it?
But it's an arrangement, right? It's an arrangement of their music and that. Kind of
All right, but you'll never convince me on that one. I hope
that's
you had fun at
okay,
it
Zam.
anyways.
Okay, so but that's fair, Zam. But for me, I mean, I've been I've been in music. Well, I mean, I played the piano since I was like 5.
Then how come you didn't write the Zam Zam song or Hey Zam Hey?
Because Zam,
Why don't you make your own music for your own stream?
Because I told you I am lazy.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Sorry. I thought that being a streamer was a lot of work that you had to put in and that you'd be motivated to do it.
I don't know. I like to play and I like to listen to other people's music and that kind of thing. Like I like to play piano. And I kind of tossed around the idea of having a music stream, but I'm thinking about it. I'm still pondering the idea of
I don't know if I would do a music stream, but I would definitely, if I was musically inclined, make music for my own stream. That would be what I would do for sure, because I don't want to use AI, and getting musicians is harder than getting artists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I feel like it's lyrics for me. I don't know that I'd be able to do, right? I could write the music, but I don't know if I'd be able to come up with the lyrics.
The lyrics are the easiest part.
You think so?
Absolutely. I can write lyrics. I can't write music. I can't make music, but I can rhyme and rap with the best of them.
Oh.
But that just might be me. It might be a hidden talent that I can be Vocaloid or something. Vocaloids are different, actually, so maybe not.
Yes, they are different.
That's fair. So PAX is a wonderful time. In fact, I highly recommend it over TwitchCon purely because of all the things you basically mentioned. That's all cool things that you can't do at TwitchCon, because TwitchCon is just for Twitch, while PAX is for like everything.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing is like you get to see like all of the games. Like, so when I was at TwitchCon, you just had like this little kind of area for Capcom, and that was kind of, I was surprised Capcom was there, but that was it. Like, so at PAX, they have 2 different convention centers within blocks of each other that hold all of PAX, basically. So when PAX, when I started going to PAX, it was held in like 5 different hotels. And so you'd run from hotel to hotel to go to the panels.
Yep.
Which was great exercise, by the way.
Well, every convention is. I've never been to a convention that I didn't walk like 30,000 steps a day.
Yeah. So then when they built the second convention center, they basically consolidated PAX to just the 2 different convention centers in Seattle. And so you just kind of go between them. But like they're all on like there's stuff on basically every floor of the convention center. Right. So there's always something to do and see. And, they have tabletop stuff. They have indie section. They have your AAA section. You have art stuff, and they're like gaming areas are, basically on each floor. So the only complaint I had this year in particular was the Resident Evil Requiem demo that they had was 30 minutes long. For a demo with the amount of people at PAX, that is way too long. The lineup to go play that demo was 3 hours the entire time. When you got into that line, you were waiting for 3 hours.
Crazy.
That's like half your day.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, depends when you get there,
Well,
but yeah.
the convention center is open, or
I would imagine from 10 to
expo
5.
hall is only open from like 10 to 6, basically.
10 to 6, that's even better. But anyways,
Right. But still.
why do you think companies like that don't go to TwitchCon though?
Well, Capcom was there with that same demo. But because travel, like, it's expensive, right, to send people and all your supplies and all that kind of stuff. And if your game is popular enough, why do they need to have, more advertising?
Why are they at PAX if they need to do it as well?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they have to choose. Which one are they going to get the bigger payoff for?
That seems silly.
Well, it costs money to send your people to every con, right? So you have to pick and choose which one is more viable. And they don't have E3 anymore, right? So PAX is kind of the next big thing. I guess Gamescom is technically the next big thing.
That's fair. I wouldn't know much about Gamescom. I've never really looked at it. I looked at PAX because everybody asked me to go to PAX and hang out that way. And I'm like, that's so much better of a convention than TwitchCon.
Yeah. So, I mean, TwitchCon for me was more about meeting the friendos, right? Like in the community, hanging out with Sheep and Casa and Jem and Aurora and Kim and Heather and like all of those people. And Juice and that kind of stuff, like kind of hanging out, chatting with them, doing stuff with them. Like the only thing I saw, the only thing we went to was, I think, the drag show at TwitchCon.
That's what Heather was saying. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was it. Like, I know Jem and Aurora, they went to some of the panels that talked about bits and that kind of stuff. But you also have like panels that are just specifically for partners, right? Like,
I know I've gone to those, but why would you go to a panel about bits?
Like basically how to increase your revenue using bits and that kind of stuff.
Those are the panels that I always I have so many problems with those panels. Like even the ones for partners and stuff, those panels are always done by other streamers that don't know what they're doing either. And they just offer to do it for TwitchCon so that they could go to TwitchCon for free and be, clout chasers for getting I did this panel at TwitchCon. But most of them are not very effective. Like if you need to be told how to use bits, why are you going to TwitchCon for that?
I mean, yeah, I myself don't know. I didn't actually sit in on any of the panels, so we walked around the art stuff, which was really nice. I like looking at fan art and all the artists and seeing what all the stuff they make and that kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, for me, TwitchCon was about meeting and hanging out with some lovely people, and
I feel like that's all TwitchCon is, because when I went to similar panels and found out that the panels are trash. Like I went to a panel on how to become a partner, and they literally read the partner requirements from the Twitch website, and that was the panel. I'm like, I could have read this myself. Yeah. Or I can't remember, like how to deal with burnout. I could have asked an AI and I would have got better answers from AI rather than those streamers. Like ChatGPT would be really good at that one. But I found no value in the panels. I didn't find value from the vendors because, like you were saying, there wasn't that many historically either.
Yeah. So, the other thing was seeing Fred in his Slayer Leia costume was amazing.
That's completely different because that's not part of the con. That's, again, the friendos, right? I feel like you could meet the friendos in such better places like PAX or go on a cruise together where you don't all have to hang out all the time.
Yeah, Probably, but if everybody's already meeting, at TwitchCon, then it's just makes
That's
it
silly.
easy.
No, that's silly. Why go to TwitchCon when you could go someplace better?
Maybe, but trying to get everybody to agree which place is better is the issue.
It's not that hard, I feel, but I've
You don't
not
think
tried to
so?
organize something. I feel like it
Yeah.
would be super easy to organize something like ZamCon 3 on a boat, where I organize with like some sort of cruise company and be like, hey, I want to get a group of people together to go on a cruise. Can you give us a code so that we can get set up in the same sort of
Yeah, but where would
area
you
and
put the
discounts?
cruise?
I
Right?
I would just pick whatever cruise I want to do, and then if they choose to come, they come. If they don't come, well, then fuck them because it's a cruise. Like, who cares where the fuck you're going?
But I will say San Diego is very nice. It's a very nice city.
It is. I've not had a bad time in San Diego. In fact, my
Yeah.
best tacos was from a parking lot that got turned into a taco store,
Oh.
and it was brilliant. I loved it. I've had a lot of good times in San Diego, but I would not go back there just for TwitchCon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided if I'm going to do TwitchCon next year or not, or if, just go hang out with the friends. Um, I mean, there's maybe doing EU, but again,
I don't know if I would go
I
to
don't
an
know.
EU TwitchCon because I feel like there's no friendos there that I know that I would be able
Hmm.
to hang out with the entire time. And I would
Right.
just be like more touristing the town rather than TwitchCon.
I mean, there, I mean, because it seems like a lot more of like there are a few of the North American ones that are also going to do the EU ones uh, as well.
I've seen it and I've
So
heard that. And I think that's crazy because I feel like that's the worst return on your investment. It's more expensive and you don't get as much out of it.
maybe. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. I haven't decided that when EU happens, there's a lot that happens in this household or will be happening in this household because the youngest will be graduating around that time. So graduation ceremonies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of like, we'll see.
That's fair. For my graduation, all I got was a ring and told to go back to work.
Well, the girls basically got their graduation trip with Japan.
Okay.
So
What did you do in Japan? What is it
what?
like? What would you recommend doing? Because
Oh,
I feel like I want to go
I
to Japan, but I don't know
love
what I would do.
Japan. I love Japan.
Okay.
That was my second trip to Japan. Um, but my suggestion is don't go in June, July, or August
I
or
found as
September.
that's when all the streamers go, and I
It
would hate it. Oh
is
my god.
fucking hot. It is hot as
Oh, it's
hell.
hot. Okay, I thought it was the streamers
Oh
and
my
the this.
God.
Is that when
No,
the
no, no. The
blossoms
streamers
bloom?
all show up during like Sakura season, like where the cherry blossoms are
Is
blooming and
that not the
stuff.
same time?
No, it starts in I think it's like March and goes till May. Depending on
Okay.
where you are in Japan, uh, that's the section of the months basically. I think it's like March to May is when the cherry blossoms bloom. That's tourist season right there.
But wouldn't I be able to find like my true love under a cherry blossom tree while it's
I mean, you
blossoming?
could try because there are like going to be hundreds of people there. You have a shot.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Hell yeah! All right, we're going to Japan, boys.
um but yeah, it was hot. Like I've gone in May and that was the first time we went and it was great. Like the weather was perfect. It wasn't too hot or anything like that. July was miserable. It was like 35 degrees like every single day. It was hot. Like you'd step outside and you'd be sweating like within seconds.
Yeah, because it's 35 degrees. That's way too
Yeah.
much.
At night, it dropped to like 29 degrees. So
That's
you
way
were
too
going
hot.
between it was way too hot. So my suggestion for people who are going to Japan for the very first time is unless you are willing to spend a month there, pick one city, whether it be Osaka, Tokyo, or Kyoto, because that's kind of the golden triangle right there. And spend, a week, at the very least, a week or two in each city. Right. But like, so if you're only going for 2 weeks, pick one city. If you're going for like a month, then you can hit those 3 cities. But you're going to want to go back and visit other places.
What can you do
Hokkaido.
in a city for 2 weeks?
In Tokyo, there is a lot of stuff you can do.
Like,
They have cafes. Like, so we
I
went
don't
to the
drink coffee.
Capcom cafe. No. You have like cute little food and stuff that you can eat and get like exclusive merch from. So they do collabs and stuff. So we went to the Capcom cafe because the girls are really into Great Ace Attorney games. So we had to make a reservation. I'm going to tell you right now, Zam, if you need to make a reservation, you're going to be very angry because I don't know what it is with Japanese websites or who designs them, but they are awful to navigate. They have the worst UI ever. I don't know who their user experience person is who makes these websites, but they are awful. They're so awful. I actually was lucky because I have a friend who speaks Japanese, and had her navigate me through some of the websites. But the shopping, like all of the manga and anime stuff that you could ever want, if you like that stuff, you can get. The the place is beautiful. It's clean. It is so clean, Zam. There's no trash anywhere on the ground. It is amazing. The people are really nice. If you are lost, they will help you find your way. Their rail system is amazing. To get around Japan, I just used Google Maps and used their transit card, got around easily. What else did we do in Tokyo? I mean, we did a lot of shopping.
So you shopped, you ate nice little treats, and you got lost.
No, not lost. We went to Team Borderless, which is a interactive art museum, which was really neat. And I know it's not your thing, Zam. It's okay. But what was really neat is the art moves through the gallery. And when it comes in contact with a different piece of art, it changes that piece of art. So you could come back to the same spot and it would be a different piece of art.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Look, my girls are into art and graphic design.
I'm so glad that
stuff.
your girls really love watching art on a conveyor belt that just becomes new art. That's so weird.
It's really neat.
I'm sure it is, but I would not go to another country to see this. That seems
so
like
when
the
I was
worst
in
thing
Kyoto,
to go.
you could see like all of like the castles and stuff from like the old like different periods.
Yeah, but are Japanese castles anywhere near as cool as like European castles?
Yes.
I disagree. I feel like European castles
seen both.
Better. Yeah?
Zam, I've been to Europe.
And you think the Japanese castles look so much better than European castles?
Now, in all fairness, though, Zam, I'm kind of, a weeb. Like, I like Japanese things. So, but I got to go to the Ninja and Samurai Museum.
Did you become a ninja and or samurai?
Well, I learned that I can't throw a shuriken for shit.
Are you sure you can't?
I'm absolutely sure I can't. Yes. Yeah. So the Ninja and Samurai Museum, if you wanted, you could dress up as a ninja or a
Do you
samurai and
get
take
to go
pictures and
inside
stuff.
the castles?
Some of them you do. I went into Osaka Castle, um, which was really neat because you get to see a lot of the stuff from that period of time, like weapons and art and clothing and that kind of stuff.
Do you get to sit in a throne and pretend you're the king of the castle?
Well, I don't think they sat in thrones though.
Okay, do they get to kneel on pillows or mats and get to say they're the
I
king of the
mean,
castle?
if you wanted, I think you could. It'd take a picture and stuff. We also went through the Fushimi Inari shrine. So there's a lot of shrines also we walked through.
I would never have been able to spell that. Thank you, Google. So why would you want to go to this shrine? It's literally just a bunch of poles.
There's buildings there too, Zam.
These pictures look like poles upon poles upon poles upon poles.
It's 10,000 gates. You're walking through 10,000 gates.
Oh my god, I can't watch anime that has more than 5 or 10 gates because that's way too many. Could you imagine naming 10,000 different gates? Gate of life, gate of money, gate of death, gate of poorness? I'm already out of ideas. That's 4.
I mean, so like that's
The gates are even in Japanese. How do you know which gate you're at?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
This is worse than an airport. Where's gate C4?
It's like going to a church, Zam. Have you not been?
I've been to a church and they don't have poles. What the hell?
They have pillars, I'm sure.
Not 1,000 of them.
I mean, sure. But so if you enjoy history, if you enjoy so you go to Japan for food, history, and I don't know, like architecture and culture. And I mean, there is a nightlife, but my children aren't old enough to visit nightlife. Damn. So if you want to go for nightlife in Japan, you go to Shinjuku.
Okay. Why would you say that I would like the nightlife? Do I look like a gentleman of ill dispute?
I mean, if you want to go to clubs and stuff, that's where they
Why
are.
would I want to go to a club with young Japanese people that I don't speak their language?
With young Japanese women?
I can't communicate with them.
No, they have to learn English.
They have
English is taught in schools.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. Yes.
So you tell me I could go to a club and be like, "Hey, honey buns, let me give you this pickup line. Hey, you want to go back to your place or over back to Canada where I'm from?" And then they'd be like, "You're so Canadian, I'm going to have sex with you."
I mean, probably.
What the hell? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Okay. You might not believe me, but I mean, it's a thing.
I don't believe it. But what would I even do at those clubs? Would I dance? Would I drink sake?
Yes, sure. You could do either. I mean, you could go and gamble, play.
Why would I go to
pachinko.
a different country to gamble when I can gamble here?
Is there pachinko here? I don't think there's pachinko here. Well, did you know gambling is actually illegal in Japan?
So you're telling me to go to another country and commit crimes?
Well, no. So the pachinko machines give tokens, and therefore that's not gambling.
Oh my god, I might as well play a gotcha game. Trade my money in for coins and gems. I hate it. I hate everything about going to Japan. Maybe I won't go to Japan. You're being the worst Japanese ambassador right now.
It depends on what it is you're looking for. So my girls
I don't know
really
what I'd be looking
enjoy Japan. They wanted to visit some of the places that Persona 5 had. So, that was kind of one of the goals we were trying to do. And We actually we found an origami museum, which was actually really neat.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm
I'm
sure it
sorry
was.
you're not cultured, okay?
I'm sure
It's
that
not my
your
fault.
folded paper museum was super impressive.
It was really impressive. It was very impressive.
How much is it to go to an origami museum?
It was free.
No How do they even run this
Yes,
museum if it's free?
because you can buy supplies and paper. Like they make paper as well, like by hand. And hand dye paper and that kind of stuff. So they make money through selling supplies and stuff. And classes, if you wanted to learn, like they had like classes to teach you how to make things.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I know, Peg.
I'm not going to Japan. You failed me. I found absolutely nothing of value except to try and go to a club and bang.
The if you're going for culture, Zam, and history, then Japan is a good place to go. If you're looking for architecture, Japan is a great place to go.
What if I'm just going for the experience?
Then it's also a great place to go. The food is fantastic. The food
I feel
is
like
great.
I would not want to go to Japan for their food because I would be like eating too much, and I don't think I'd be able to afford
you
all
won't
the food.
be eating too much because you'll be walking the entire time. We put in like a good 20. I actually dropped 12 pounds when I came back from Japan. Like from the time I left Japan to the time I came back, I lost 12 pounds.
So you're telling me I should go on a weight loss diet to Japan? Maybe I will go to Japan after all.
I lost so much weight because of all of the walking we were doing. Their 7-Eleven food is fantastic. Their convenience store food is really good. It's so much better than the stuff we have here.
Okay. You are doing very bad. Go gamble, which is illegal. Go eat their convenience food. Go see a museum of folded paper. Go to a castle that's not as cool as a European one.
Okay, so we also did Universal Studios in Osaka, which
that's in California.
No, there's one in Osaka, Japan, and it has Nintendo World, which was fun.
I've seen the videos of YouTube of Nintendo World, and I'm not impressed in the slightest.
It was fun. I had a good time, but it was hot. That's all.
Hi, Jin. Thanks for the raid.
It was a lot of fun. Like I enjoyed it. The girls had a good time. But again, the heat was rough.
So where is your next travel destination? Are you going back to Japan for a third time?
I don't know actually what we're doing next year. There's a possibility of going to Turkey. Maybe. In
Why
May.
Turkey?
Because he thinks he might have won another trip with his company, so we might get another. The company might pay for the trip again, so it's.
So you have a husband just to send you on these trips around the world.
No, he comes along too. So.
Naturally, but he wins these trips, and that's how you see the world, and that's the reason you have him. Got it.
I mean, it's just, it happens to be what it is. Like, so we've been married for almost 25 years.
That's a long time. Jesus Christ, you must be like 50.
No, not there. I got married really young. I got married at 23.
23 plus 25 is basically 50.
I'm almost there, but not.
Oh, okay. I see. You're playing the we're not 50 yet, Gabe. I got you.
Basically. I'm almost there, but not quite.
Okay. Well, that is I'm going to still take a victory on that one because I clearly nailed it.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying I'm older than you, because I am.
Yeah, but I don't actually tell people my age, and I always overshoot or undershoot, especially if I ever try and date myself, being like, "Oh, I graduated in
I
2008."
mean,
Maybe
in
it
all
wasn't.
fairness, my children are almost adults. So, like, it'd be hard for me to say, oh, yeah, I'm 30 years old, with almost adult children.
All right, that's fair. um, so speaking of your kids,
Yeah.
what I know you bring them up a lot about how you stream and stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
curious, where is the line for you of involving your kids in your stream?
I've had them on my stream.
Yeah, but where's the line? They take the full takeover I've seen, but like I don't think
I'm
you'd put them on a
so
cam.
No. So they made little PNGs for themselves. Um, and we set that up. I've had my youngest help me in Hollow Knight. So I
I
didn't have
saw.
to buy any of the maps.
I bullied you as well.
Yes, you did. But so she was my guide for Hollow Knight. She has the entire map memorized, so I didn't have to spend anything for maps. Um,
And
and
you know on Hollow Knight the double jumps at the top right, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
And so uh, when I had them do a total takeover,
Yeah.
I was still there supervising,
Yeah,
right? Like I
naturally.
don't let them just, because I while I trust my community, I feel like there still has to be some sort of parenting, overseeing, basically
Yep.
moderation kind of thing. Um, so I don't mind them. We've had the chats about internet safety, about giving information about, which is why I don't actually let them play Final Fantasy 14. There are a few games I have said no to. So when they were younger, I want to say like junior high, one of their friends, maybe a little younger than junior high, maybe like grade six-ish or something like that. One of their friends asked if they could play was it Roblox with them, and I was like, I not comfortable with that.
They
And
have
I
not
kind of
been
said,
doing very good in the public, in the media these days, I tell
no.
you.
And I said, like, you guys know that whenever you ask me for a game, I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, right? Um, but I am not comfortable with you guys playing this game because there isn't any moderation for this game. You don't know who is on the other side talking to you. They could say they're, 12 or 13 or whatever, and it's an adult or
Yeah.
whatever, right? I, as a parent, am not comfortable with that. And I said, like, you guys know I don't have a problem with you guys playing games. You like whenever they're like, "Mom, can I get this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, go. It's fine. Get it." Right? But again, I don't the fact that there's no moderation, nobody keeping an eye, nobody enforcing anything, I don't like that. So when they were playing Minecraft, we had my husband did a Minecraft server for them that they could invite their friends and that kind of stuff and play and that kind of stuff. So
But your husband doesn't play video games. How does he know how to do a server?
the internets,
Why didn't you set up the server?
because he's a network engineer.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. I don't think that gives him any special abilities when it comes to creating servers, but okay.
And I'll let him figure it out. I was like, you figure it out. So he figured it out, and yeah, so they played Minecraft and that kind of stuff. So but For the most part, at this point, I'm kind of their tech person, which is scary because I'm not really a tech person. I just touch things and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
That's fair. I get it. As a streamer as well. So would you let your kids become streamers?
I mean, well, one of them is an adult, so it doesn't care. Like, it doesn't matter what I say, right?
That's fair.
The other one, when she was younger, she talked about like being a YouTuber and that kind of stuff. She actually made her own YouTube channel at 13 or whatever. She would do
Okay.
speed drawing. So she didn't like show herself or anything like that. It was just her art and her speed drawing, and Hollow Knight speed drawing, of all things. And she had made her own Hollow Knight comic that she would post. She would do ahead of time and then set up a schedule for it to release and all that kind of stuff. But like her own, like she had made her own original characters kind of based in that world.
I
and that kind
never
of stuff.
went that far, but I actually made like comic sprites using video game sprites when I was a kid. So this is kind of hitting me really hard in the nostalgia. It wasn't for Hollow Knight because Hollow Knight didn't come out till I was already a man.
Yeah. But yeah, so she did that and like she set that all up herself. Like my husband's like, "Did you know our child has a YouTube account?" I'm like, "What? Really?" He's like, "Yeah, we went on a walk and she was telling me all about it." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." So then I went, made sure I subscribed, to keep an eye on things and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so she would release art and then she would draw a bunch of stuff and then set a timer for it to be released and all this kind of stuff. Like she hasn't posted anything in a while because she's been busy with high school and that kind of stuff. But and then she got really into animation. She made, I can't remember how long this animation was for Hollow Knight, but it was like 1,700 frames. Like she drew all of that.
1,700 frames.
Yeah.
I edit videos and stuff for YouTube, and 1,700 frames is like less than 5 minutes, but that's like hours of work for 5 minutes of and I hate it. I hate that I put in 8 hours of editing for a 4-second segment and I go, was that worth it?
It was fine. Oh, there's my youngest right there, Satori.
Fair enough. Shout out. I don't know if that would be their YouTube name as well.
I believe isn't your YouTube Satori Miku as well?
I want to ask where Satori comes from, but then I remember we literally just covered a conversation about going to Japan. I'm sure that is a Japanese name reference to something.
Yeah, so there you go. Her YouTube is Satori Miku.
Does she like Miku with the Miku beams and the Vocaloid? Please tell me it's a yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I know
she likes Miku.
I called that from a mile away.
If not, then it's Miku the Hollow Wolf.
Fair enough.
Those are yeah.
But you would let them have their own stream, basically, is what you're saying. The adult for sure.
Yeah. Satori, yeah, I mean, if she wanted to stream, she would. I know she had tried doing some speed runs on YouTube, I believe. But yeah, I mean, if she wanted to, I'd be fine with it. But, of course, there's, the rules of school. Right.
Naturally, school, personality, life, that all comes
right.
well before
but
the
like
internet.
they understand that like you're not going to be like one of those like millionaire YouTube like streamers, that kind of stuff. Like that's luck and a lot of hard work.
I don't think it's actually luck. I think it's basically who you know. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of big Canadian YouTubers that would be able to be in the know, or you have to be critically lucky and have something get viral in the algorithm, which does not play that way. In fact, they changed YouTube's rules recently where there's a lot of things that are now going to be kicked out of the algorithm. So Yikes
Yeah.
on all those fronts. It's not something
Yeah.
that you can really get into without knowing somebody. It's kind of like
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so that's the thing. Like streaming is fun, and if it's something you really enjoy, then great. But it's not how you're going to make money. So
Yes.
that's why I push, education. She got her acceptance from the U of A already. So she'll be going to university in September. And the oldest one is already there.
That's a lot of work. I remember going to university. Man, I'm old.
Yeah, so the oldest is in engineering, and then the youngest will be going into science to do computer science.
Okay. I was going to say scientists don't actually get paid that much. I deal
Yeah,
with a
no,
lot of
it'll be
scientists,
computer
and it's
science.
actually,
Yeah,
I'd argue it's insulting how little scientists get paid these days.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So she wants to go into game development. So we'll see.
okay.
Yeah,
And she's got better skills than you, I'd say, because it's not that
sure,
she'd be
she
stuck in QA.
absolutely does.
You know, I wanted to make video games when I was young as well. However, we didn't have AI. Otherwise, I totally would have been making my own video games.
Well, when I went to school, I didn't have all of the cool options they have now for school.
Right. We hardly even had C++ back when I was
I didn't have
learning
coding
code.
at all when I went to school. It
I
was
went to
music, art,
computer
and
camp
drama.
so many years because I wanted to make video games. I learned so much about BASIC, like Visual Basic, Q Basic, all that.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm
Did
gonna
you
tell
do
you,
that? Did you
BASIC's
do
not
like
good.
logo with the turtle?
Yes.
Remember the turtle, the logo one? Yeah.
Yes, I've done a
Yeah.
lot of basic through that, but I also learned HTML because I thought I'd want to make websites, and then I found out that GeoCities and Angelfire did it far better than anybody else could.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that seems like a pretty good career choices for them. I'm glad that you directed them, I hope, into the right life paths there, because a lot of people don't go down the right life paths for university. And I always wondered how you really direct them or nudge them to get into good courses, good life choices.
I I I think a lot of that is just being supportive of things they want to try. So, if they're like, "Oh, I wanted to try," what is it? I think Satori was like, we started them in dance, and then she's like, "I don't like dance. I want to do ice skating." So then she moved over to ice skating, and then she was like, well, then they wanted her to do figure skating, but that's dancing on ice. And she's like, I don't want to do dancing at all. So then she's like, I want to do badminton. So they went with badminton. But all of this time, they've consistently done art. They've consistently drawn. They, they don't watch TV. Like they hardly watch TV. They
Same.
would sit in our front room with their art book and stuff, and then they would sketch and draw and watch YouTubes on how to make, you know, um, manga and like characters from that, and how lighting is important and how color theory is important and that kind of stuff.
I tried to
Um,
learn drawing once.
yeah.
I bought a book. It was called How to Draw Anime Women, and I didn't realize that half of the book was like for hentai at the time.
Oh no.
I just wanted to be
Oh
like,
no.
okay, I'm going to learn how to draw, and drawing women is so much easier than drawing men, in my professional opinion. So I got it, and I was like, oh, this is a bit too spicy. I don't think I want to leave this out anywhere. So I put it under my mattress, and when I was moving, one of my friends found it,
no.
and
Oh no.
they thought I got it for nasty purposes and reasons. But needless to say, I'm not a very good artist, and I cannot draw anime women.
Did you not flip through the book before you bought it?
So it was shrink wrapped, and I didn't really understand why it was shrink wrapped, but I now get it so that you don't flip through and see the pornographic images.
Ah. Did it not say on the back of the book?
I don't read the back of what do you mean read? It's an illustrated book. It's got pictures.
But then it would tell you.
Why would you read it? No, you don't read picture books.
Oh my gosh.
I looked at it and went, oh, this seems like pretty simple steps, and went, okay, I'll get this. And then I realized it was not that.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah. So no, I have loads of art books. If you want an anime art book, you just let me know, Zam. I have a bunch of them.
I've actually been thinking about getting into drawing purely because of how many troubles I've had with artists. And I thought
I
about
don't know.
that book recently.
Your emotes are great. I really like your emotes.
They are
So whoever
great, but
did
I'm
your
not going to
emotes.
use that artist again because of the troubles that they gave me,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
guess that's fair.
So I would have to find a new artist, which I think I've got a couple that I would want to use if I ever do art again. But at the same time, I'm running out of crochets to crochet. So like I feel like I could swap
Well,
from
you know
crochet
what?
to
Good on you,
art.
Zam, because I cannot crochet for shit.
I
So there
can't
you go.
either, but people wanted me to, so I did it.
I don't know. The stuff you crocheted have turned out pretty good.
Well, you're not the one making it, so I appreciate the compliment, but everybody knows the person who makes it, knows their mistakes, and then goes, I hate this.
Oh, I don't know. Your guy from what was that anime?
Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord looked pretty good.
That was my first freehand crochet, and
Yeah, it looked really
I messed
good.
it up a couple times, but I didn't want to point it out so that the person doesn't realize where I messed up. But when you mess up, that's when you learn.
Mm, yeah, but yeah, no, it looked really good.
Well, thank you. So your offspring do great content elsewhere. I'm going to
Hmm.
assume the answer to this question is very simple, that you're too lazy to, but do you do any other content like YouTube or anything else?
No, and um, yes, one is I don't like video editing. It is not a good time.
What do you It's so good. What do you mean? You've insulted
I
me. I
no, as
love
in
video
like
editing.
it's suffering. Yeah, oh, you lie. You lie, Zam.
I
I
love
know.
it. If I could, I would quit streaming and video edit all the time because it's so amazing to be able to go, I can make this better. It's just a process where I'm slow and I'm an amateur that I hate that. I wish I could be so
Okay,
much faster
that's
with my
fair.
editing, but I
That's
love
fair.
it.
I mean, if I mean, I guess because I've done video editing. I mean, because I could go to school and stuff for it, and then, um, but just it's the time, and I don't know. Like when going back through my own content, I'm like, I think this is hilarious, but I don't know if anybody else thinks this is hilarious,
It
right?
doesn't matter if they think it's hilarious or not. For me, it's the ability to make it and that I'm putting out my creative talents. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, fuck them. I'm making more.
Yeah, but see, when I create something, it's like my baby. And I don't want people to tell me my baby is ugly. And so, because then I take it to heart and then I feel discouraged and then I don't want to do it.
But
People on YouTube are mean,
but
Zam.
this baby you can make pretty. Like I don't the analogy is so bad because you can't make a baby prettier, but you can make edits better. You can learn. You can take what they say and paint better and make a better painting. But if the painting is ugly, that's subjective, but you can always throw it in the trash and try again.
I mean, I guess. But yeah, I a lot of it is I don't know like what to make. And that's see, in school I had guidance. It'd be like, okay, this is what you're going to make. And I'd be like, cool, I'll make that. But to try and come up and be like, okay, I have all this content. What am I going to do with it now?
So you're not a creative person.
Yes and no. If I
Why don't
have a
you
direction, then I'm good. But it's
why
that whole I have too many options. And then I'm like, I don't know.
I see. You just need
It's choice
a
paralysis.
manager like me, so you should pay me for
Yes.
ideas, and then I will solve that
Thank
problem
you
for
for
you.
ideas. But yeah, so I feel like the whole like drawing and art stuff skipped a generation.
Generation.
Like my
Yeah.
dad is fantastic at art. Like his artwork is amazing. And then there's me. And then there's the kids whose artwork is amazing.
That's fair.
But I have a really good eye, and my teachers have always said like I have a really good eye for art and design and that kind of stuff. The problem is I can't critique my own stuff
Why not?
because I don't see it. I That's my one issue, is that when I've been working on something for a really long time, I don't see the mistakes anymore.
How
Like
do
I
you
don't see the
not?
problems.
I see the
Because I've been
mistakes as I
staring at it
make
for so long
them.
time. Yeah, because I've been staring at the same thing. That's why I take a lot of breaks. Is I'll do something, leave it alone for a while, and I'll come back and be like, was I drunk? And then try and fix it.
Huh. That is such a weird experience. I don't even know how to like
Yeah.
associate with that because I've never had that concern at all. My problem is I see something as a mistake and I either go, I'm not going to put enough time or effort to fix this, or I don't know how to fix it. So I just move on and leave the mistake there.
Or or it's never good enough and you're constantly trying to fix it. And then
I
it's
never
still
have
never
that
good
problem.
enough.
I will shovel out shit just to get the shit done.
Yeah, see, and that's not me. I'm like, oh, I don't like how this looks. And then I'll try and fix it. And then I'll just be angry that it looks even worse, or, something like that. And then I'll try and fix it some more and fix it some more. And then I'm like, you know what? Forget it.
That's fair. So you're a perfectionist, but you're also lazy. Got it. Oh, and you're also not creative.
Yeah, something like that. But I do play music. So
I'm curious because I've never gotten to see really your perspective on this. I see you around a lot of Twitch streamers that we have very similar tastes in.
Yeah.
How do you decide who you're going to watch on Twitch or what you're going to watch?
Depends on what I'm in the mood for. I find that in the evening, I'm looking for something like chill. I know it sounds weird, but like audio is really important to me.
Okay, how can you extrapolate on that?
If your voice is like too shrill, if it's too, I don't know, it's like it's hard to explain. Like I don't like really loud streamers late at night, because that is kind of when I'm trying to wind down and relax and
I'm
that
being
kind of
attacked
stuff.
directly. Thank you for making
You're
me feel
not
bad.
shrill, Zam. You have
No, but I'm loud. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but I don't have you at max volume either. Like I have streams running through my speakers, right?
Okay.
So I can adjust the volume.
Yeah. So then
But
there's
like,
no loud streamers.
No, I can think of a few that are really loud, regardless of how much I turn them down. They're like, it's still really loud to me.
Okay.
There's some streamers that in order to watch their stream, I have to have them down to like
2% volume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick says I'm a 2%er myself.
But yeah, I have them running through my speakers. Like usually at night I'm crafting and that kind of stuff. I know, like, for me, the male streamers, I typically will watch more in the evening because they're not as shrill. There are some female streamers that I've gone to where like they've got that really high pitched, squeaky, shrill voice. And I'm like,
a lot of VTubers have that.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
I wonder why that is, because I don't think I've really ever heard a shrill streamer that I would be like, that's too shrill for me.
I don't know. I think a lot of them they try to have the cutesy voice, and then it just kind of goes up pitch wise, and it gets higher and higher and higher in pitch. And I'm like, no, stop. But like there are certain female streamers I enjoy watching because their streams typically are pretty chill. Heather's a good example. When she's not raging, but that's okay. It's funny to watch Heather rage. Sheepy's a great one to watch.
I would
But
disagree. I feel like Sheepy would be one you would avoid because she has so many jump
no.
scares.
Um,
And that's
I'm not.
my biggest problem when you talk about audio. If somebody has jump
Yeah.
scares, I'm almost always out of that channel. Mostly because I get annoyed by them. Secondly,
Yeah.
because people have them too loud. Where it's just like
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this. Like I get it as
Yeah.
a streamer, you get scared, haha.
But I also like Sheepy's personality. That's the other thing. Like she's fun to watch.
She is. Don't get me wrong. It's the jump scares that just scare me away from a lot of streams.
And I get that. For the other thing is if you have a lot of TTS, I don't like TTS. I do not like it, and I know a lot of streamers have it, and I just
Why do you not like TTS?
I find that it breaks the flow for me. Right? Because if the streamer is talking and all that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden TTS pops up, and then you're like, okay, well, I guess we're moving on to whatever, happens after. Like, so I don't know. For me, it feels like it breaks the flow. I don't like it personally. I don't know. I find that sometimes it just gives people an excuse to say weird shit.
You're not wrong. That's my biggest concern of ever having a text to speech is when people say stuff that is potentially even against terms of service, and then you're like,
well,
yikes.
or they like have it make like weird ass noise for like 5 minutes, and you're like, okay, we're just gonna have to sit here and wait for this bullshit to go through.
You
right?
you can mute them. You could turn it off during, and that's where I would say that's the difference between streamers. But I see your point on how it can be annoying for sure.
Right. I just a certain flow, like if they're having like they're telling a story and whatever, and then all of a sudden this TTS pops up, and you're like,
See, I just
okay.
find most text to speech more hilarious than interrupting, because usually it's because chat has something funny to add to the conversation, or they do try and distract you with a side story. But if you can't get the flow back easily, I'm worried. I'm very worried about that.
Yeah. I just again, it is, personal preference and that kind of stuff. Text to speech isn't something that I would have on my stream because I have a memory like a sieve. Honestly, I really do.
That's a lot of streamers, though.
I jump around from topic to topic to topic because that's just how I am. And then I'll go back to the first topic randomly.
That's how conversations work. Am I wrong? Do people just stay on a topic and beat it to death and then move on to the next one? Because I feel that's very
apparently
unnatural.
Some people do, right?
That feels so weird to me. Like you can't explore everything in the option. You gotta go off on your tangents. Otherwise, what are you doing?
And then if a text to speech goes off, then I don't remember what I was talking about just a second ago. And then randomly, like 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking about this. Right. And people are like, but we stopped talking about that like 20 minutes ago.
I guess I don't know these things. I talk about everything and anything, and I can see how text to speech would throw off a conversation. I get that. It's kind of like the jump scare throws off the mood, the flow. I get you.
Yeah.
So you choose quieter, chill streams, the cozier streams. So in other words, for me to get your viewership every night, I need to not shout or yell, and I need to be cool, calm, collected cucumber.
I love your bird streams. I'm not gonna lie. I'd sit there, craft and listen to music and watch the birds.
We're doing one on, I think it's November 9th. We're doing another bird stream thanks to ZamCon.
But also though, Zam, I do find you very entertaining, but also, you're a hometown boy. So then, I have to support,
I don't know if that's a compliment. It feels like a compliment, but I'm not sold. Oh, Zam, you're entertaining. Like entertaining how? Entertaining, haha, I'm funny. Entertaining. Oh, there's so many ways I can take that.
You have such great tea. Like I find out all the gossip when I come over here. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but I haven't had much tea recently because
I don't
the
know. You
pool's
were talking
dry.
about all the TwitchCon stuff. That was really interesting.
Okay, TwitchCon stuff has been amazing to watch. I'm sorry. When I was doing
Right?
ZamCon and I would go and I'd lay in bed and I'm like, I need to unwind. Let me open up Twitter and everything's going wrong at TwitchCon. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly. See? And that makes me not have to go on Twitter because you have all the tea already. And then I could just sit there
I
and
do
listen to
bring
you.
up Twitch Twitter a lot because that's
Yeah.
I want to say mainly my Twitch, not my Twitch, my Twitter now.
Hmm.
Because I filtered it so hard to get rid of all the politics and stuff that I don't want to see. I see video game news, I see e-girls, cosplay stuff, video game stuff, and Twitch Twitter, which is so stupid. Twitch Twitter is so goddamn stupid. I hate reading all that all the time, but at the same time, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's in the market, what people are thinking and doing.
Well, exactly. So, and I'm not gonna lie, Twitter's kind of a cesspool right now, so I don't actually like going through Twitter. So, with
Just
you being
mute
on
people and
there,
call it a day.
yeah, then it's nice. I just listen to what you say. But also, your dating tea. I have to come in and listen and make sure and see what's happening because I'm so curious.
That's the most garbage fire segment I have, and people love it.
You know what? I love it.
I
I
just
have to
wish
come in
that
and listen.
it was better because there's been no activity for months, not since I paid for it, which is really weird to me. But
Yeah,
I will
so
be redoing my profile, and hopefully that changes things and spices up the activities.
right. So I mean, I good on you for dating because I, for one, I don't know if I don't know if I could date during this timeline, basically, or this just God, I didn't have to deal with like social media and all that kind of stuff when I was
Mm,
dating. Thank
mm.
fucking God. So,
I I also feel like while you were dating, we also didn't have everybody who got so tribalistic that if you're not in their very incredibly small worldview, that they won't date outside of it.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that in itself is nice that, I don't have to do that again. Because if I did, you know what, honestly, I'd just be like, you know what, I'm okay being single. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, oh
good.
boy. I've actually been thinking about that. Now, I'm going to go down a bit of a depressing point here of I recently had a birthday and I've been feeling very old and busted, especially seeing as I had some health issues after ZamCon that I had to work through. And now I'm just feeling like maybe I'm too old to date and maybe I should be single forever and just give up on it and just keep to myself and become an old hermit man who plays video games and yells at people online. And it's been a bit rough because the birthday made me feel very old, and I usually don't feel very old, but I feel like this has just
Oh,
been a weird one.
I mean, I feel old all the time now, especially with
Yeah,
the
but you
girls being
are
old.
old.
Well, listen, you.
Oh, yeah, you
Listen,
whippersnapper.
okay. Rude.
Fair
Um,
enough.
I it's kind of like uh with the girls graduating and then, becoming adults and that kind of thing. It's kind of like, well, geez, I'm a mom and now they're adults and, okay, well, now I don't really have to do any raising or anything like that, right? But I don't know. I feel like there's something to be said for not looking and just letting it happen.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't go
You
out
don't think so?
enough to let it just happen. Because I would not be interested in dating like a coworker, and I've had such bad experiences with asking people out in real life that I would not actively engage in that, and that's why I do the online dating. And I highly doubt that a girl would approach somebody like me and be like, "Oh, I thought you were so handsome. I had to come over here and I had to say hello. Would you like to go on it?" That's never gonna happen. Girls don't do that. Especially when you're an old, fat, bald man.
I don't know, Zam. I feel like you probably don't give yourself enough credit.
I think I give myself enough credit, like literally on the dot credit. I don't undercredit and I don't overcredit.
I don't know about that. Like I said, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I think, you know, there's something to be said that sometimes when you look too hard, you don't see
But I'm not even
the whole
looking that
picture.
hard. I'm online and I've swiped through everybody and that's it. That's as hard as I've looked. But I would argue that if I really wanted to look hard, I would be doing it
Mhm.
like as if I was fishing, where I would go out to where the women are. I don't know where the
Uh-huh.
women are these days. And I would sit there like I'm fishing for a woman. And then they would come up and then they would ask me things. But I don't think women even go out anymore. I don't think anybody really goes out, especially of my age, because of not only the economy, but like the world is a scary place where everybody's fucking weird.
Mm, yeah.
I went to hot yoga and it was all women, and then the instructor, I don't want to say it was sexual harassment or assault or anything, but I was not doing the pose properly, and without asking or giving permission, she planted her hands on my hips and twerked it, and I was like, this feels really weird. I don't want people touching me. This is just so awkward. I get that you're helping me, but at the same time, and so I never went back to hot yoga.
Ah. I mean, she's probably just helping you make sure you get
I
things
get
into
it.
place.
I just have a certain thing about I don't want people in my personal space. I have a
That
very
makes it
strong
really
don't
hard to
touch
date.
people. See, it would be different if I knew them to a point where it'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with you touching me. I barely even knew the instructor. And I get that it's common, but
Uh-huh.
it came out of nowhere, and I did no, sir, I did not like it.
Mm.
But I
I
would
mean,
probably go back to hot yoga if it wasn't stupid expensive these days. It's like $90
oh yeah,
for a
it's
fucking
expensive.
month.
It is expensive. I mean, you could try like, I mean, I don't know, classes. Do like
Classes. Yeah.
cooking
Yo, I'll go take
classes
some
or
spin
like,
classes and I'll show
yeah.
girls how good I am at biking, which I'm not because I'm fat. I'll impress them with how much I sweat from my bald head, and they'll be like, oh, it's so shiny. I just want to touch it.
I mean, there might be girls like that. You don't know.
Do I want to date girls like that? I don't know either.
You don't want to date somebody that wants to rub your shiny head.
I don't know if I would want to date somebody who wants to just touch a sweaty bald man's head. Yes, that seems really weird to me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't even know where the girls are these days. I mean, mine basically are homebodies and like
I
to
feel
stay at
like
home and play
everybody's a
video games.
homebody.
But I feel like a lot of that is just because, you know, we had to stay home during COVID and that kind of stuff. And then everybody got used to staying at home and not doing anything. But also the cost of going out these days is ridiculous.
The cost of doing anything. Nobody hosts parties that I've heard of. Nobody is like throwing board game parties. Nobody's having like
the
block
cost
parties.
of food is ridiculous.
Absolutely. And this is where I'm sitting here going like,
hey,
you can't do it.
Can you tell
Oh, my
Zam how he could
goodness.
be less rude during
Talking
his
about
Real Talk
text-to-speech
podcast?
going off.
He
I
told
should
me
mute
she
that.
is so old. Can you believe that?
I didn't think
Also,
anybody would
what
do
kind
Tangia.
of exercise classes can
see?
Zam join that
Okay.
And then
Nice,
there's
thank you for the text-to-speech. Anyways,
yeah, the cost of food, like going to a movie these days is
Oh my God.
insane.
it is crazy.
It is. I'm so happy I have scene points.
I don't even have enough scene points to really do movies these days.
Oh my God. I haven't paid for a movie in like years because of my scene points.
I haven't seen movies except for last year when I did a movie a week in the Discord, and I enjoyed that. But I don't think I'd see many movies. The last movie I really wanted to see was like Godzilla 0 or something 1.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that one.
I didn't go see it because I had nobody to go see it with, and I didn't want to go see Godzilla
You don't go
by
to
myself.
movies by yourself?
Not really. I didn't
Really?
want to see Godzilla that badly. I would be like, oh, I'll just see it when it comes out then. Whatever.
Oh my God. And when I was single, I used to go to movies all the time by myself.
Interesting.
It was I'm like, I'm here to see the movie. And so I'd go get my popcorn and stuff and sit in the theater and watch a movie, and then I'd head off
I
to
don't
work.
like popcorn.
Okay, well, whatever. You can have nachos, hot dogs, whatever.
So I'm also going to say that I'm really bad at watching movies in theaters because I get bored. I watch it and I'm like, I could be doing anything else while this movie is on. I could be editing a video while watching this. I could be watching this video and playing a video game, right? If you're in a movie theater, you're just stuck there for 2 hours going, man, this feels like a waste of time.
See, okay. So whenever I go to Seattle, I go and see a movie. And there's an adult only theater that shows regular movies, but no kids. No kids. You can have alcohol and a meal, and you sit there and watch your movie.
This feels like a Pee Wee Herman movie theater. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's not. Oh my God. No. Yes. Yes, Mace. Yes, that's exactly. It is fantastic.
Do they show adult movies there too?
No. No porn. Just
Okay.
regular movies. No kids. And it's got reclining seats, and they come and take your drink order, and you can have a nice meal. It's got a little pull-out table and stuff, and you eat your meal and you drink your booze, and then you could push a little button for them to come back and get another drink order and stuff. It's good.
That's a terrible experience. I'm sorry. Why would you want somebody to come up to you in the middle of a movie and be like, yes, madam, what would you like for a beverage? Would you like some more Coke? How about a finest cocktail? Like, shut the fuck up. There's a movie going.
Oh my God. You have a menu and you could just point.
You're in the middle of a movie and you want somebody to come and interact with you?
Listen, okay, sometimes
Why are you there? Do it at home.
No. Look, sometimes you want the theater experience for movies.
Name 4 movies you want a movie experience for.
The Avenger movies, explosions and stuff.
I mean, okay. I haven't watched
I
the
go and see
Marvel since
action
Avengers.
flicks. Okay, right. I like action flicks, right? Give me a good action flick. Bullet Train was a lot of fun to see in the theaters.
Okay. So, action movies.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you see in a theater.
Typically. Unless, and anime. I think the last movie we went and saw was the Demon Slayer movie.
I didn't know that was actually in theaters until I got advertisements and it was already too late. But I also haven't seen enough Demon Hunter or Demon Slayer to get to the point of the movie yet.
Well, you know what? The girls end up coming with me because they like the theater experience, even though they don't watch Demon Slayers at all. They just wanted to come for the experience, which means food. So.
Okay. I don't like movie theater food.
Also, the girls came. Well, my youngest really loves watching action animation, like fight scenes and stuff, to see how it's animated. So she wanted to come along to the Demon Slayers movie to watch that.
I work out
animation
action
for Demon
anime
Slayers
because it's awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
However, I'm watching one where they went from really good animation for fight scenes to like the laziest animations, and I hate it.
Which one is that?
Black Clover.
Oh, where are you in the arc? Because I've seen all of Black Clover so far.
It's after the water temple, the guy's arms are broken.
Oh, okay.
And they really stopped animating. Like the water temple was questionable. Like they started off the series really good animation.
Yeah.
And then it feels like they got corporatized.
Their final arc was actually pretty decent. So
okay. Well, I will look forward to that.
So their last season was pretty good. Yeah. Their last season was really good.
Now, if only they could translate more One Piece. That'd be great.
Yeah, see, that is something I can't bring myself to watch because it's so much. It's a lot of episodes to watch.
I mean, that's
I know,
great because then you don't have to change the series. That's my biggest problem is when I finish an anime and you get the, oh man, it sucks. The anime's over. But then what do you watch?
Oh my, I have so much anime that I watch, like this season and stuff, and last season. Because whenever 'cause the girls will always be like, there's some new stuff coming out. You might want to watch this. Or I'll go into putting like what new animes are coming out this season and kind of take a look through the list. Solo Leveling was one of my favorites, but I was reading the manga. I know we had this conversation on stream with regards to Solo Leveling. I know.
Why is episode 6 not in English? It's so
But
stupid.
here's the thing, Zam, is I don't watch my anime in English. I watch it
Oh my God, you're one of those people?
But so the reason I watch it subbed is because I'm usually on the treadmill when I do watch it.
And so you read the words?
Yes.
You're not worried about running?
It distracts me from the pain.
SMH my head. I'm too focused on trying to breathe and where my feet are going, and if my numbers are good, and I'm not going to be like.
The thing, because if I am not reading, I'm looking at how much time I have left.
I'm reading it on my phone,
drags.
and the font is so small. I have to get my reading glasses out.
Okay, my
dumb.
treadmill's in front of my TV, so
no, I'm sorry. Subbed is always better than dubbed is better than subbed.
I have watched some really awful dubs, and I'm
fine with awful dubs because then I don't have to read. The fact that I have to read distracts me from the fact that I want to do anything else or do something else.
I like being on the treadmill and reading because it distracts me from how much time I have left.
Why don't you just take a novel on your treadmill and read like Don Quixote de la Mancha, or pull out the Lord of the Rings trilogy and you pull out the Two Towers and read that while you're jogging on your treadmill, huh? Because it's hard to read while you run. Nobody does that. That's not comfortable.
I mean, I've tried playing video games while I've run, but like that's kind of dangerous. So I find something else to do. I would read if I could raise the thingy.
Raise the
little
thingy.
tray. If I could raise the tray higher,
the tray
to rest my book on.
Why don't you just get one of those like over the head and it has a tray in front of you like a feeding trough, but you put the book in the trough instead?
Yeah, but the problem then is it's hard to turn the page like that. And then the pages wouldn't stay.
God. You have so many excuses. I would never read on a treadmill. It is the most uncomfortable thing because your eyes are moving, your body's moving, the words are moving. It's so hard to focus on what words are coming up. No, thank you.
Okay, so when I first started doing this, Sam, I have projector, and the screen's like 100 inches, so the words aren't tiny.
I see. I had two other questions that I had prepared for you.
What's that?
One, I ask everybody who comes on the stream that is a streamer, and that is, what is the worst thing that you've ever added to your stream?
The worst thing that I've ever added.
Like channel points, Tangia, a video game that you played, anything. What was the worst thing that you've done with your stream? So I know people say like text to speech, Pix removed that immediately. Other people were like redeems that flashbang the chat, dancing redeems, all those sorts of things people regret.
You know, I kind of want to say having, I don't know if it was the worst thing or cause like, I don't know if the worst is the word. I just having like, the thing at the bottom of the screen.
The stream avatars?
So I had stream avatars, And then I had like Rusty's retirement and that kind of stuff at the bottom of my screen. Because now when I look at people who have like stream avatars at the bottom, I find it very distracting when I watch their stuff. And I think it's cute and stuff. But like I always found like, I have these avatars at the bottom of my screen, but then I've got to, make them do things like do the little game or whatever. And if I'm crafting, I don't want to have to worry about something like that, right? Or if I'm playing a game, I don't want to have to worry about something like that. And the thing was with Rusty's retirement, like I still had to click on things and do things and whatever, and it's not as idle as you think it is, right? Like and it was kind of like a flash, in popularity. Like it was really popular for a while and then it just kind of went away. But I do know that some people still have like stream avatars and some of them really like it. And that's really cool. It's just for me, I didn't think it brought anything extra to the stream.
I 100% agree. I've always found those things to not only be a hindrance to the streamer's perspective, but I look at it from the viewer's perspective as well, where it's just like, I don't need a bunch of junk on the stream. And I argue that if you have too much going on, I don't want to watch your stream anyways, because like the hell am I looking at? I'm too overstimulated here, so I'm going to leave and find it.
And that's the other thing, right? Like when I choose people to stream, like if there's just so much going on that it's really hard to watch your game because there isn't enough of it on the screen, or whatever it is you're doing, or you've got like all this stuff on the screen because you only have so much real estate, right? And you want the viewer to like, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean. The people will understand.
Okay. You only have so much real estate on your screen, and if you've got all this stuff taking up all that real estate, it's really hard for me to focus on what it is you want me to watch.
That's fair.
And it's the same thing like with the chat, because like some people have like chat on their screen and that kind of stuff. But I have chat on the website, so I don't need it.
My counter argument of having chat on the stream is because then you know how delayed you are by how long it takes your message to come up.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fair.
That's the main reason I have it up there. Plus, then people can see it in VODs and other things because, the chat doesn't always show up. I hate it because it shows up. It covers part of the screen that, could be the UI, could be the action. And
then you
sometimes chat also says the stupidest fucking shit that I'm trying to turn something into a YouTube, and then somebody comes up with a word that's not going to be approved on YouTube, and so I have to edit that out.
Yeah, see, it's making more work for you.
But I also like it because then I can refer to it in the videos as well. So it's a double-edged saber. I get it. I think it's a superior thing to have the chat on the screen rather than not. But I don't think it's superior to have a stream avatars on the screen. I think that's waste of space.
Yeah. So, I think for me that was it. A big thing is, but I'm still like I'm even though funny enough, like apparently today is my affiliate anniversary according to Twitch.
Affiliate anniversary.
Thank you. Like it's even still after like, what is it? I've been on here for like 5 years and it's hard to believe. I'm still learning about like what it is that I like or want my stream to look like, or what I want to accomplish on my stream and that kind of stuff, right?
Why?
What do you mean why? Like
how
am
is
I
it
still
so
learning?
Yeah, why is it so hard to decide what you want to do? Are you one of those people that sees everything, wants to do everything? I know you're decision paralyzed, but like
it's yes and no. A lot of it is I really like playing games, even though, according to you, I'm bad at it. But
According to you have redeems that show how bad you are. You fell off the ladder to your death, and I made fun of you. And then like 5 minutes later, I fell to my death off the ladder.
Yeah.
But I'm justified. Is all I'm saying.
And so, but there are games that I'd like to play and like to stream and whatever. However, there's crafting that I have to do, and I find that my crafting typically brings in more people than my gameplay does. But I enjoy games.
I can justify that very easily. Gaming is mostly dead on a streaming platform. Everybody cares about talking and having conversations because that's where Twitch excels over like YouTube and stuff is the chat interactions. People aren't coming to really see the game. They're seeing your reactions to it. But you know what's better than reacting to a set thing in a video game? Reacting to things that people say. And that's what they'd much rather see. And that's what you provide while you're crafting. You're talking to the people and not playing a video game. You're not distracted. You're reading their messages typically as they're coming in. It's overall a better experience all around. So I get it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of a lot of the times where I'm torn is, should I craft today, but I'd really like to play this game, or I've got this key to a game and I need to play this game, you know, kind of thing. You know, and then what kind of game do I play, right? People much rather watch me die on the floor than play a cozy game. So, you know, am I in the mood to be swearing and cussing a game until I'm frustrated, or, you know, play something nice and cozy and be happy, right?
Why would you ever want to be happy?
Why do I want to be happy? Because happiness is important, Zam. It is very happy.
What a clever, entertaining man I am.
You're not wrong.
That's fair. Yes. If you do want to talk about that, by all means, send me DMs. I have plenty of ideas of which way to go and how to improve your stream. It's so much easier to improve other people's streams than to improve your own. I don't know where to go at points, right? Like, in retrospect, it would have been if smart enough to remember or to done this, was when I was doing that big embroidery to save all the VODs and then had made a start to finish kind of speed VOD of my embroidery. That would be clever. However, right. I get so distracted. I would literally have so many VODs because I do like 30 minutes in a 3-hour stream. Yeah. So like that's, you know, if I'd done something like that, right? So maybe the next time I do the embroidery, that'll be something that I do. And then I can start putting stuff on YouTube, even though there's some really mean people on YouTube and they'll probably make me cry. The fun fact is the mean people on YouTube, if you change your perspective from them being mean to you farming them, it makes all the difference because I got a lot of hate for my commentary on Baldur's Gate 3 and how I didn't like it. I bet. And those videos were the best videos of my life. So I should have just been farming them, but I took it as like, these people are such assholes because I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3 the way you wanted to because I had a bad experience with it. You have to come in here and yell at me about how I'm such a bad player. No. And so I turned around and went, maybe I should make more hate videos. Sam, I just want people to like me. That's why. So people do like you, but people either want to agree with your opinions online or they want to disagree with you. And there's a lot more people that want to disagree because if you agree, you're just going to be like, yep, cool, great, like, move on. But if you disagree, you're going to give more engagement for sure. I guess that's true. So just take hot takes. What is your hottest take that you would want to say online that would catch you the most flack? Oh, Jesus. Because mine apparently is the way to make a grilled cheese sandwich. That is possibly my hottest of takes. And after that, it's Baldur's Gate 3 bad. What is my hottest take?
Jeez.
You don't really
I
have that many
don't
takes.
know.
I hardly ever hear you give an opinion aside from this is stupid. I can't believe this is here. This is bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, aside from topics I don't like to talk about, like politics and whatever, I don't
I feel like politics
I
is the
don't
kind of rage bait that will kill your
yeah.
channel
Yeah.
rather than
Exactly. I don't
you can farm it.
politics and religion are a hard no for me when it comes to like streaming and giving my opinion. My children hear my opinions all the time, but like not on stream. And yeah, you know what? Do I have any hot takes?
What about Hollow Knight? I argued Hollow Knight was a bad game. That was a hot take.
I enjoyed Hollow Knight. I can see
Why?
how some
That's
people.
so bad. It's so bad from a game design perspective.
For me, it was engaging in the sense of, like story wise. Like I was.
What story?
Interested.
What do you mean? There's no story.
There's so much lore in Hollow Knight. Now.
Okay, great. Tell me the story. Tell me the story to Hollow Knight.
The story.
There's no story. There's little posts like in Elden Ring where they say, "Oh, I wish I fed her my eyes." They drip feed it to you in such a bad way that you forget the story before you find more story. There's no good story to it.
I will say, Zam, music for Hollow Knight is fantastic. Like that's one of the things that I've also really enjoyed.
The music's great. The art, the theme, fantastic.
I mean,
the gameplay is my problem.
The Hollow Knight wasn't so hard for me and frustrating. Like, so for instance, I liked Ori. It's a beautiful game.
I played Ori before, and Ori
Ori.
ruined Hollow Knight for me. It was so good.
I played Ori after Hollow Knight. But in fact, I only really played 5% of Hollow Knight. My daughter was the one who played Hollow Knight while I just sat on stream and talked while she played because I couldn't play the stupid game because I sucked so much of the platforming. At least Hollow Knight I could do by myself.
Okay. I can see why, because Ori was a bit more punishing on the platforming aspects, but Hollow Knight I found incredibly boring for the combat because it was just wait until you can get a hit, and that's kind of like with Elden Ring, but with Elden Ring you can get greedy. With Hollow Knight, the combat was so slow and the nails so short, and it was not a good experience.
Then maybe you didn't have the right charms to make the nail.
I had the charms, and I just didn't enjoy the fact that I had to get the charms to make the combat fun.
My question for you then, are you going to play Silksong?
I've watched people play Silksong, and that told me I'm never going to buy the game. I'm never going to play it because they did not learn from Hollow Knight, and they made the exact same problems. They basically duplicated the game, and from what I've seen, they turned the map upside down for lore reasons. But my biggest problem with Hollow Knight that they replicated in Silksong is basically what you were mentioning before with the shrill streamers. They had a kamikaze unit in Hollow Knight, the stupid bats that make the and they'd crash and explode. Yeah. And those things were the loudest piece of shit in the game. You could not stop them from screaming because you had to run under them. There were more than one. You'd have segments where it was brown, 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 brown. And I'm like, fucking shut up. I don't want to hear this shit. I get that you're trying to tell me that this is dangerous and it's going to come in kamikaze. I learned that on the first one. You don't need to make loud fucking noises all the time. And in Silksong, they have an entire second with fucking banshees that you have to kill the fucking banshees, and they still make loud ass noises, and they don't even drop loot. So why the fuck would I play Silksong? God, learn how to make better enemies.
I mean, I know the girls are anxiously awaiting for me to play Silksong, so then you can live vicariously through me.
I don't want to because, again, that's a segment where I turn people's Silksong off.
But I think, like I said, I don't have any like big hot takes with regards to like games and gaming per se. Um, that people will be angry and disagree with me. Like I played Baldur's Gate 3, but I didn't play it on stream because it was something that I just kind of wanted to explore and not have people be like, "Oh, you should go here. Oh, you should go here. You should do this. You should do
I
this."
could see
right? But I also really enjoy D&D. So for me, Baldur's Gate 3 was fun and interesting to play. And yes, I did, do the deed with the Mind Flayer. So because I was curious, you know.
I had no problem with the D&D aspects of the game. The game worked effectively. I feel like by playing by the rules of D&D, they were hamstrung on a couple segments, like how the combat was done. But the combat I couldn't really complain about because it was very simple as D&D combat. Big whoop.
Yeah, I think my only complaint with Baldur's Gate 3 is that they were kind of willy-nilly with some of the D&D rules.
I feel like they were pretty spot on with a lot of
I don't
them.
know. Some of the jump things I was like,
Okay, jump, push, all those terrain. Yeah. But also, that's kind of how it's done in the game. So I can see how it worked, but that's fair.
So I played Solasta. And I really like Solasta for D&D like play. It's not as pretty as Baldur's Gate 3. But I also like my character didn't actually have like a voice. And for D&D, it's kind of weird for me, right? Like I want my character to have personality, and I felt like my character in Baldur's Gate 3 didn't really have that, right? So what I really liked with regards to like playing Solasta, which is that it's D&D and I think it's 5e rules or something like that. Your character had their own personality. You were like, okay, this is her personality. And you never knew what was going to come out of their mouth. It was amazing.
See, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that entire segment there.
Did you play Solasta?
I did not, but I'm comparing it to games where the main character has a voice line, like right off the tip of my tongue, Fallout 4. What's other ones? I guess Mass Effect, kind of.
Also didn't play.
I feel like when you have a voiced character, your answers are canned, mostly because of how expensive voice actors are.
Right.
But it also makes it so that you're forced to play a different character than you want to play because it's somebody else's character. And that's why.
So with those ones, did you get to choose their personality?
Kind of. It was 4 different personality types. And it's also the kind of games where if you have a voice for your character and you push the wrong button because you thought you'd say, "Oh, I hate you," and it turns out you murder a fucking gnome. Like there's completely different tones to what you're choosing. And that's where it feels bad for a voice character that you're pigeonholed into that personality.
Yeah.
But
I guess. I
it's also
did enjoy
easier
the
to
surprise.
Okay, enjoying the surprise, sure, but I don't like when it's you're saying you disagree with somebody and then all of a sudden you're killing a witch because you chose wrong.
I mean,
I
that
disagree.
happened in
Now you
D&D.
die.
You rolled wrong too. How did you enjoy your, what is it, nat 20s and not getting what you wanted?
The nat 20s not being criticals was a significant, almost a critical failure of them.
Yeah.
It felt really bad on the dice rolls, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think the dice rolls were neat, but I will absolutely say that the dice rolls almost ruined the game for me. In Act 2, I ended up eating a worm, and I was forced to because I had to make a roll. That I did not want to make, but because I ate worms previously, now it's a harder roll, and I'm forced to. And I hated that they forced that on me. I hated a lot of Act 2 and Act 3. I'm not gonna lie, they were bad acts.
Yeah.
Act 1 was great.
I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. I've thought about doing another run, but the time to play the game is. I mean, would I play the game again if I had the time? Maybe, but I have like all these other games that I want to play too, right?
I would not do it again because the third act fell apart horrifically
Mm.
for me, that I would not struggle through. I would not struggle through. I would not go through the game just to get to that point to say I'm not playing Act 3 again.
Right.
I feel like it would be a waste of time.
Yeah. But yeah, to
I
answer
had
your
so
original
many problems with
question,
that.
I don't really have a hot take per se.
Your hot take is that you prefer your characters being voiced and not imaginary.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I feel like that's an incredibly hot take that you want to play a different character, an established character, instead of make your own.
Mm-hmm.
As I feel almost everybody who plays a video game wants to play out their fantasy and not a pigeonholed specific one, unless it's a story game that is you're that character. So, for example, Tomb Raider. That's one where you want to play as Tomb Raider. You want to be Lara Croft.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to make your own character and interact with Lara Croft. That might be interesting.
I think a lot of it for me is out of curiosity to see, with like Solasta, for instance, like they're like, where does your, what is it like, your personality lie? And then you could choose like what was important, what wasn't important.
In what way?
Like, are you cautious? Are you shy? Are you, are you extroverted? Are you like, it would ask you like all these like personality types, and then based on what you want to be, you could choose. And then based on what you chose, those are kind of the things that your character would say, right? Like,
right. I want to compare that to a really old game nobody's probably ever played, which was like Lions King or something, where you chose at the beginning, are you a cautious or shy person? You'd get to choose 2 traits, and that made it so your choices were between what you picked for traits.
Yeah. So
I kind of see that.
Solasta, right? Like it wasn't like just 4 things, but also when you were in battle, like your party would talk amongst themselves. And if one person like whiffed on a battle, the other one would be like, I thought you could fight, or something like that. Like there'd be insults across the board between your characters and stuff. And so if you were playing with friends, right, like it would, you'd kind of laugh back and forth because, they'd be insulting each other.
That's very charming.
Randomly.
That would be amazing. Right. I think games need more character interaction like that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But also the other thing is when you were traveling between cities, it would have like, it would show on the side like what your party was doing as you were traveling, right? So it would say so-and-so killed 2 rabbits, so-and-so prayed to their god, so-and-so wrote in their journal about, whatever, right? Things like that as you were traveling. And I felt like Baldur's Gate kind of didn't have that kind of interaction.
They kind of did with the camp, but it was very canned, I found, where you had to meet specific settings to set stuff off in the camp, but it's close, but it's not done well.
So, so Solasta 2 will be coming out, I think it's next year. So I'm going to give that one a try, and see if it's good. The other thing that I liked about Solasta 1 is people could make like workshop stuff on Steam and make their own campaign. Yeah. And you could play that person's campaign. Yeah. And that was really cool. So you weren't just stuck with the same campaign and same game. You could play other people's campaigns that they built themselves.
Not gonna lie, that always makes games better. Look at Gary's mod. Look at StarCraft, Warcraft, where you could make your own use map settings. A brilliant idea. Frankly, honestly, amazing. Look at RimWorld. RimWorld's my favorite game because of how well people can mod it. That changes the game drastically.
Yeah, it makes it interesting to play. It makes it something that you can always go back and play, and which is for the longevity of a game. Like, because a lot of games these days, you play it once and then that's kind of it.
I was having a conversation about that, and I don't know where I was having that conversation, but it was basically about how some games you burn through super quick, and they're like $60, $70, and you're done in 3 hours.
Yeah,
and then it's a matter of like, why would I want to play this on stream? Now I'm paying $70 a stream to play a game.
Yeah. And that's one of my things with a lot of games. And not games aren't $60. They're $100 these days. Like I don't want to pay $100 for a game and it's done in 3 hours.
Yep.
Right? Like that just to me is such a waste, which is why I enjoy playing indie games a lot more, because now I can pay like $3 for an indie game and be okay that it is 4 hours long, right? Like,
Yep.
or, so I'm looking for games that I can get my money's worth out of these days. And I find myself moving away from a lot of like the AAA games and that kind of stuff, right? Because even looking, like I bought, what is it, Monster Hunter Wilds when it came out.
Yep.
I played the main story and haven't gone back since, right? And that was what, like $80 or $90? Like it was not cheap.
Right. I didn't play that game because I feel like I would not enjoy the grind. I like grinding in my games, don't get me wrong, but killing the same monster over and over and over and over for 18 horns, no thank you.
Yeah. So for me, I think, because I mean, I remember growing up, like you played one game and then you would be waiting for like a year before you buy the next game, right? So you play that game, you play it over and over and over again, right?
Yep.
And then the next year you'd be like, oh great, there's this new game and stuff like that. I'm going to buy this game. But now it's like daily there are new games coming out, right? Like, and it's just like, I can't afford to buy all of these games. So now I have to be very choosy about where I'm spending my money.
Right, because the economy is so bad that I can't get dates, I tell you what. It's called a callback. I'm very good at callback jokes. The last question I did have for you.
Yes.
I have always been curious about who your biggest idol or who's like your biggest supporter for your stream. Who inspires you to be better or to stream more?
Who inspires me to stream more?
Yeah. For me, I would peg it as you probably look at all that juice because he's got a lot of good production and stuff. But it could be as simple as your family. You know, your daughters could be like, "Mom, you should stream more," or your husband, or I don't know. Maybe you just like streaming.
Juice is definitely up there, I would say. Watching his, like you said, his production value is amazing. But like watching like Sheep and Heather, Pix, even like just, they're so engaging. Zam, just watching you guys and the engagement you bring out with your community and how close you guys are with your communities and that kind of stuff. I enjoy watching it. And typically, like, the people I named off are people I will make an extra effort to make sure that I'm in their stream, maybe not saying anything. I do lurk. I'm a professional lurker. Like I lurk in a lot of people's streams while I'm doing other stuff. Because it's interesting to me. It's interesting for me to watch. Because I've gone into streams where you have people so focused on their game or whatever that they've completely ignored chat. Like they don't notice anybody else. But like everybody's been so welcoming for me, and that it makes me want to be better.
I don't welcome you at all. I'll say hi and I'll move on. But I get exactly what you're saying, right? You like the people with the engagement, and there's a lot of people that do really good engagement, and that leaves an impression upon you.
Yeah, it does. Fred, is great. Like it's interesting, to watch like all the people in, like, because we share a lot of the same community and that kind of stuff too, right? The Mocos, they've always been like super welcoming, um, and engaging, and they're willing to talk about things. It's interesting, but also what's nice is you guys have a line as well, right? You don't let some of your community take over your stream. Like I've come in to where, you'd have like one viewer or whatever, just basically trauma dump all over stuff. And you're like, whereas like some streamers just let them like trauma dump and others. But I find that like, I know with Heather and Sheep and whatever, they're like, okay. And Pix for sure as well. They're like, okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on. We're trying to keep our spirits up. We're trying to be positive, whatever. Let's move on.
Okay, I see where you're going with that now. I was so confused there because I was just like, where are you going with this? What is the point of this dialogue we're having here? People going trauma dump. I don't know if I've ever really had somebody trauma dump in my chat, primarily because I wouldn't give two shits and I'd be like, man, that sucks. That's bad. I'm sorry that happened.
That's probably
anyway,
why nobody trauma dumps in your stream.
Because I don't care.
Yeah, because you don't care. Whereas I know like Sheepy, for instance, is so nice. She is such a sweetheart. And I know she doesn't want to be rude or mean or anything like that. But her mods are really good about making sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, I like the fact that you guys are able to keep your engagement and your stream going and make it interesting and fun and that kind of stuff. Because then it makes me want to do better and think about ways that I could be more interesting and fun and do things to do. I only started crafting after who was my first crafter? I think it was actually Pix.
I was about to say, Pix is very happy to hear that right now. He's he's one of those guys who's like, I want to make people, I want to make them learn how to do crafts. I want to motivate them. And that's my whole goal for he's going to be out there be like, that's another one. Ding.
So it was more like, realizing that I didn't have to just game, that I could do other things on stream. Right. Like, and doing crafts, and that people would watch me and, just listen, like shoot the shit with me and chat and that kind of stuff. And I thought, that was really neat. And I was like, well, I can't crochet for shit. And then just happened like scrolling through Facebook one day, came across paper quilling, and I'm like, this is really cool. I want to give this a try. So I ordered a kit and was like, I don't know how to do this, but you know what? We're going to learn on stream today. So, and that's basically how it started.
That's fair. I'm glad that you did start though, because naturally the more crafters, the better it is for everyone.
Yes.
I was able to think of yet another question that I really want to ask you now, and I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
I've asked this to a couple people, but I feel like I already know the answer for you. But I want to know, is there any streamers that you've had drama with? You don't have to name them, but I want to know what kind of drama you've gotten to as a streamer. This is as long as period of thinking.
Yeah, I don't think I've had. I think I'm too new and too small.
You've been
to have
streaming
drama
for 5 years.
Yeah, but like, I don't know people well enough to have drama.
You know, that's honestly one of the things I realized is that by trying to make friends with streamers, that's how you get the drama. I've seen a lot of streamers not give a shit about the other streamers, or, you know, they'll just stop by, make it a very superficial friendship kind of thing. And I see that keeps people at arm's range and you don't get the drama.
I just don't see. I want people to like me, so I don't want to cause drama. And I don't.
Everybody wants people to like them, but not everybody's going to like you, right?
And that's
somebody
fair.
somewhere
Yeah.
hates you.
I
I'm
know.
gonna
I
guess they hate
absolutely
you
know
because
this.
you're a stupid goddamn cartoon cat girl, and they're like, "Oh, I hate cartoon cat girls."
But yeah, I don't know that I'm so close to other streamers to the point that there is drama, you know what I mean? Like BFFs and whatever, right? Like we chat and we hang out, and you know, I want and would like genuine like friendships, right? And you know, to chat about things, to like throw ideas off of each other, you know, ask, you know, how their day was, you know, what they're up to, you know, that kind of stuff. If they did anything over the weekend. Like, I don't know. Like drama. Yeah, I don't have any streamer drama.
That's strange. Almost everybody has streamer drama. I would say consider yourself lucky, but then I would also say it's probably why you're such a bad streamer, because you don't have a strong personality where somebody's going to have beef with you.
Yeah, but also, Zam, I make grilled cheese sandwiches like everybody else but you. So
Oh my God.
did you see the callback I did there? You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I did. And then I looked at it and it went, this is why you don't get drama. You're not unique or interesting. You're a basic follower. You're a sheep, not a black sheepy, but you are a sheep that follows the rules and does everything. And you're very polite and very Canadian, and not like me.
I am polite and Canadian.
Yes.
For the most part. I mean, I do have a degen side. I just don't bring it out very often.
Well, unfortunately, you don't make enemies, and that's how you grow as a streamer. So maybe,
yeah, I guess.
maybe you
Imagine.
should just become better at making enemies so you can be a big streamer. Do you even want to be a big streamer?
I kind of pose it as the question of, would I rather money or would I rather fame? And I'm not going to lie, I'd rather money. Because
I feel like with streaming both comes together.
Yeah. I mean, being a big streamer would be nice, but I don't know if I have the thick skin to be a big streamer. Because I find that when you're a big streamer, it's like you're calling for people to hate you because you're a big streamer, regardless of what it is you do, right? You could be the sweetest, nicest person in the world trying to do good, but people will still hate you for some reason.
But you can draw how thick your skin is. I'm sorry. That was from chat. I had to read that one.
I can't draw it. The kiddo draws it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But I mean, like, that for me is, I don't know. I do take things to heart. I do wear my heart on my sleeve. And I would much rather, I don't know if I'll get famous. I'd much rather sell my artwork for monies than stream.
But
Right?
that'll only
Like,
sell for more money if you die. And I don't want you to die. I value your existence only because
thanks,
you're a
Sam.
great viewer and a great chatter. Otherwise, I would. I appreciate it. Anyways, that was all the questions and topics that I had, unless there was any that you wanted to discuss. I always open it up. Usually people don't come prepared with topics because nobody wants to know about the Zam. Everybody cares about the guest.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Zam. Same question to you then. Do you want to be like a big streamer?
No, I've already thought that one through. I don't want to be a big streamer. I've always had the opinion of being a better support character rather than the main character. I don't want to be known. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to leave a mark on history. I want other people to do it and to help them do it. I don't want to be a big streamer because I don't want to have to deal with the fame. I don't want to have to deal with people knowing my name, harassing me in public, flagging me down, knowing the stupid shit that I say. I don't want to be a big streamer.
Trying to kiss you at TwitchCon.
Yeah, that would be weird. Very weird. I'm absolutely fine with the size of the community I have. I think that I wouldn't mind like being a mid-sized streamer, but I also am extremely lazy and don't want to put that work in because I don't see a future for streaming very well. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is there's so many streamers. So many streamers, right? Like, so it's hard to like, no, it's hard to become the one, basically. I guess for me, it would be like Iron Mouse or something like that, I guess, as a, streamer. I guess she's the big one. But like, I find with fame comes all sorts of problems that I don't want to have to deal with. But not only that, like I have children, right? Like I don't need to subject them to that bullshit, right? And I'd much rather like me do this for fun, teach people things about the art that I do, that kind of stuff, right? Like, and I'd much rather sit and like chat with people and kind of grow connections that way than, I'm not going to lie, one of the things that stresses me out the most when I go into somebody's stream is if their chat is flying. Like those really big streamers and their chat is just going a mile a minute.
I don't know how they read it. My God.
I don't know either. Like, I'm like, how do you even connect to your community when your chat is like flying, But what would be like, for me, what would be nice is when I hop on is to have like, 20, 30 people in my community, like just sitting there waiting for me to like chat and, do stuff and, that kind of stuff rather than, because for me, not for what it is that I'm doing sometimes. Right. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I really enjoy the crafting and I enjoy when a new person comes in and asks me about my craft and, that kind of stuff.
I hate that. Don't talk to me about the craft. Don't ask me how I am. Why can't we just have a conversation about something else?
But yeah, I don't know. I think that is it's an interesting conundrum between money and fame, and especially for streaming, because in order for you to make the money, you need to have the fame.
It's true. It's very true.
Right. But yeah, let me just see. Another question for Zam. I guess if you had your choice, what would be your dream job? Could you not like just become a video editor and do that for a living? Would you not?
God, no, I'm not good enough at it. That could be just my perspective, but to be fair, I've only been doing it for a year now, so I don't have that much experience. I also haven't challenged myself outside of video game editing. Video game editing is incredibly simple and easy compared to other content creation. I thought about doing that, but it's too time consuming for me to make other content like video game reviews. I've thought about doing stuff like that. I don't think I would want to make video editing a career because I think it's more of my passion and it's a great hobby to have. If I were to make it a career, I would probably slack off and not want to do it.
Yeah, I could see that. I know my oldest and I have had this question before. Would you rather be happy or comfortable?
I'm never happy, so comfortable.
But how do you know? What if you could be happy, Zam? Which would you prefer?
Oh my God. Do you know how much work being happy is? I was happy once and I hated it. No, I don't think I need to be happy. In fact, I would argue that having the other emotions, especially rage, is far better than happiness is. But I do like to be more comfortable where I don't have to be cold or hot. Like, I will tell you, the worst streams I have is in the middle of summer when it's 36 degrees out, maybe 40 degrees, and I have 2 computers in this office and there's very little airflow and I'm sweating fucking balls and trying to be a funny entertainer. I fucking get a grump on so hard and I hate everything.
AC?
AC's in my bedroom. I don't want AC in this room. Could you imagine trying to balance the audio to a... All right, guys, I can't hear you over the AC.
Oh, what? You don't stream in your basement?
I need to develop my basement so I can get central air.
Oh.
But my basement was poorly designed, and it would cost me an extra $8,000 to do the plumbing in the way that I want it to be. Otherwise, it makes it a really shitty situation to make a studio down there. It was designed to be a bedroom with an ensuite and a laundry system. But the bathroom ensuite is in the middle of the basement.
That's weird.
It is honestly a bathroom that would be 12 feet by 17 feet, I think it was, if I were to try and put it in there where they put it.
Oh. Wow.
It's stupid. It's smack in the middle of the basement. That's so
weird.
stupid.
That is really weird.
Anyways, it would cost me about $8,000 to move it to the side where I would have a laundry room and a bathroom together. And then I'd have so much room for activities.
Yeah, no, I have what is called the Mintie Cave. It's not a man cave, it's the Mintie Cave, and that's
Sounds
my
refreshing.
It is pretty refreshing. It's got it's got a bedroom, bathroom, and then like it's got like a theater room as well. But like, I have my streaming set up where the dartboard was supposed to be, but now it's my streaming setup. So yeah.
Okay. I'm glad the dartboard's not there and you're getting darts thrown at you while you're streaming.
No. Well, apparently it was originally supposed to be like our gaming room. We were supposed to have a pool table and all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, meh.
I get it.
I'm streaming. So yeah.
I thought about doing a renovation to the basement, but I don't see spending that much money on the stream to have the basement completed because I don't see, again, a very good future for streaming. And if I were to try and make it into a studio, I'd want to make it the proper way so I'd have room to do any sort of skits and stuff that I wanted while recording. I thought about having like a shed out back that I could toss the air conditioning like outside of the shed and do it out there. But then in winter, it would suck to walk out to the shed in the middle of minus 40-degree weather and go, fuck, I have to go outside and stream. Same thing with doing it in like a garage or an odd attic of the garage. So I don't have a very good solution for that. But again, the comfort is where I would argue I definitely am more a creature of comfort.
Right. Interesting. Okay. So what do you think what would have to change in the streaming to give it a future?
Oh, that would be easy. We got to get rid of the fucking CEO of Twitch for sure. That would be the biggest change that would make it a better situation. I think they need to gut the moderation team on Twitch. I'd argue that Twitch would run better with only 100 employees. I don't know how they fired 500
Is it
recently.
moderation just basically AI these days?
I would argue AI would do better than Twitch's moderation. There's such a nitpicky bunch of fuckwits over there that don't know how to impart any sort of partial judgment, because like Pix had his gasm emote removed, but my gasm emote that he has on his channel was not removed. People are banned for 30 days or 1 day. It's just fucking randomly out the ass there. Like, when you don't have moderation to run your platform properly, then you have your CEO being a influencer rather than a leader. That leads the company to be pretty much run by anarchy, it feels. And they're not finding new blood to replace the viewers that they are dropping off. They are not finding an appeal to normies. They're bringing celebrities to the platform, but that doesn't bring your Tom, Dick, and Harry in. That brings people that care about those celebrities. But I argue that they're not going to stay. They're just going to watch for that celebrity and then see you later. Bye.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. When I went on the South African trip, because, of course, people are going to, oh, no, my husband had to write a bio for us, right, on each of us. And I looked at the bio and he's like, oh, my wife streams on Twitch. And I'm like, no, why?
Yike.
Because nobody's going to know what Twitch is, right? And so then I spent a lot of the trip explaining what Twitch is. And I'm like, yeah, I stream. And then, of course, the first thing that people are like, oh, you stream. Or OnlyFans or whatever, right? Like I'm like, no, it's not like that.
Yeah, I totally get it. I think that normies are knowing what Twitch is, but because of the poor moderation, they get the clips of things that Twitch has been allowing on their platform, and that would scare a typical normie away.
But
all the big streamers do that.
I feel like they need to do something about IRL streamers, like some of them.
Yes, because there's nuisance streamers. Absolutely.
Right. And those are the ones that give other streamers a really bad rap, because that's what you'll see, right? You don't see the really good streamers in the news or whatever. You see the ones that are really shitty and break the law and torment other people in their country and that kind of stuff, right? That in itself should be completely unacceptable.
I compare it to the pranksters on YouTube, if you remember that whole drama
I
they
remember
had,
those,
where they were having pranks that were actually hurting people, and then YouTube was like, yeah, that's done, we're done. Except Twitch doesn't do that, because again, Twitch has piss poor moderation, piss poor leadership. I'm sorry, without them making changes to the way that's handled, Twitch is going to slowly die. I don't think the other platforms are really going to grow more than Twitch. They're just going to change from Twitch to another platform.
For me, every time, I look in the news and I see something I'm like, oh my God, why?
Yeah,
why?
Another Twitch streamer, yay. So I don't see a growth pattern for Twitch. I've been seeing a shrinking pattern, and everything that I've seen from especially the partner Discord, which gives us more information of what's coming out and what's brand new and cool, I don't see them coming out with anything that is a good feature for Twitch. I mean, I'm going to point at the stream streaks that are broken. Some people literally cannot get past 20 streaks because it is a glitch where you'll be reset. Stuff like that, where they're rolling out broken shit and force feeding it to people that don't want it, and then people get in their head about stuff like the stream streaks.
Yeah, and what's interesting to me is that, you guys say, no, we don't want this, as partners or whatever. You're like, no, this is a terrible idea. Please don't implement this. Please don't. No. And they're like, oh, we're just going to do it anyway. And they're like, well, we listen to our streamers. And I'm like, but do you really?
No, they don't. They don't even listen to their feedback line. They don't have the employees to do it. They're busy doing other things.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's I'll be interested to see how long Dan Clancy hangs around or sticks around or whatnot, right? And who they decide to get next.
I
if that
don't know
happens.
who they would get, but I have a strong inclination that they would be somebody from Amazon directly, because that's the
Yeah.
only way I see Dan Clancy getting dealt with, is if something happens big enough that Amazon steps in and goes, okay, we're done with this, and Dan Clancy, you're out. We're going to put an Amazon employee in, and that's going to be what it is. We're going to get a corporate overlord that literally bows and kowtows to everything Amazon wants.
Yeah.
And then I think that might be worse in the short
Yeah.
term, because I see that happening to YouTube right now with the changes that they've been making to make YouTube incredibly more corporate heavy, less indie, less independent streamers. I
Yeah.
could see something very similar happening to Twitch, which I think is not really a death knell, but it is something that will not help the platform grow. It'll probably
No.
make it shrink.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my biggest gripe with Twitch is how they arbitrarily just choose who to ban and who not to ban. Like, it is very
I've been watching the
very
tea with
confusing.
the two female streamers that sexually assaulted that guy, and then they only got banned for a
What?
day, and then they came back after that day, and then got rebanned. And I'm sitting here going, that is the worst optics, that you banned the girl for sexual assault for one day, and then
Uh-huh.
decided, oh, you know what, that wasn't long enough. Let's reban her because people are freaking out. That's so bad.
It's yeah. But even with what is that, Emeru or whatever,
Yeah.
they didn't like permanently ban them. They're like, oh, 30 days. I'm like, are you serious?
Yep. Hey, you can try and kiss our girls at TwitchCon,
Right?
30 days. Yep.
Right? Like, I was like, are you serious right now? Because yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Yeah, it's very bizarre. And that's the other reason, like, that I am happily a PNG, right? Like, because I'm not gonna lie, like, there are some people out there that are just, it's scary. Like, there
There's
is
weird
that
people.
poor girl that like got murdered
Mm-hmm.
because she told the guy no, but he had donated like all this money to her and couldn't apparently afford any of it, and then when he found her and then killed her, right? Like, I'm like, I'm happy being a PNG, kind of thing,
I
right?
definitely fully understand that. It also gives a bit more depth to the thin veil of being doxxed online.
Yeah.
And I will guarantee that there are weird people online. I argue all the time that you do not go on Twitch unless there's something actively wrong with you. Everybody
Yeah.
has some sort of mental problem. That's why they're on Twitch instead of being a filthy normie.
Yeah, it's an interesting, and I mean, in all fairness, I only started streaming because my friends are like, we really want to watch you play the PT demo, and I was like, and Discord wasn't a thing at the time, I think.
It was,
Um,
but okay.
Maybe we were using not it was TeamSpeak at the time for our group stuff.
That
or
was 10
whatever.
years ago we used TeamSpeak. Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah.
you should have said Skype, or what was before Skype?
Well, but I didn't know that Skype would do like a group thing. Okay. So, and I didn't know how to set it up through my PlayStation. Um, so
I don't know if you could get Skype on your PlayStation. I don't know
yeah,
what was available on PlayStation back then.
I mean, I think streaming was the only, so that's how I ended up setting up my Twitch account, was because my friend who did
You
stream.
console filthy peasant.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally scuffed. Like, I didn't have a PNG. Like, my PNG is only like a few years old, right? Um, I didn't have like any like OBS or anything. It was just start, and that was it. Because I didn't expect people to watch, right? I'm like, oh, my friends just want me to play this, and then they could laugh and listen to me scream and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And then after I did the PT demo, they're like, you should play Resident Evil 7. And I was like, So, and
So
then
your
I
friends like
get
when
that.
you're scared is all I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They like when I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And right. And
You have
thankfully
terrible
for them,
friends.
I know, right? And thankfully, thanks to you, you have saved their eardrums because now I have a filter.
That was the worst of times. I help a lot of streamers, and I have no problem with that. But it
Right?
always
Because
makes me
I
feel
didn't
good.
know, right? I was like, I didn't know that that's what was happening. And then because you said something, I was able to like go back and be like, oh, we need to fix this because
Yes.
I don't want to,
You
I don't
needed
like when
the
people's
limiter for
mics
sure.
peak, right? So like, I don't like it. I didn't know I was doing it. So yes, thank you.
It's
I
all
appreciate
good.
it. Yeah. But yeah, and so they all typically will show up to watch me play scary games,
I still
make
can't
bad
believe you have
decisions.
friends that come to your stream. I do not tell my friends actively about the stream unless they're already streamers.
Well, in all fairness, my friends are online friends. Like friends that I played Final Fantasy 14 with, that kind of stuff.
Gross. Online
But
friends?
online friends, but I have met some of them in IRL. So like
That
at
doesn't
PAX.
make it better. That's like saying I have friends who are goblins.
But
But
like
I've met them in person.
My friends that like I've known for a really long time, they're normies. Like they don't play video
Filthy
games. They
normies.
don't, you know, they have no idea what streaming is. I've had to explain it to them. Like they don't like I can't talk about gaming with them because they don't get it. Right? You know, it's taken a long time to convince my parents that I'm old enough to game, basically, or I'm not too old to game or whatever, right? Like that's the big thing. But now because I'm crafting, they're totally fine with it. They think it's the most amazing thing that I can craft and people can watch me craft and that kind of stuff, right? Because I'm not playing games.
That's fair. So we've gone for 3.5 hours. This is one of our longest episodes, aside from picks. I think this is a great time to call it there, because I do need to get some sleep before work tomorrow.
Sleep is for the weak, Zam.
Everybody's coming into chat. It's like, oh, late night Zam. I've had a pleasure talking to you, though. I actually really enjoy doing this podcast and getting to know everybody a bit more and making those friendships more real.
Super excited that you asked me, Zam.
Let's be honest. I
understand.
don't even want to ask people. I just want people to be like, hell yeah, I want to talk to you. I feel, like a burden when I'm reaching out and going, oh, would you guys like to talk? it feels awkward to me to ask people. So I always like, anybody want to come on, just hit me up in those DMs. I'll talk to literally anybody.
Oh, yeah. No, Zam, I honestly, when you were like, do you want to be on a podcast? I was like, you want to talk to me? Really? I'm so excited. Is what I was thinking. I try to be like, I was like, sure. Like that's the whole time.
Oh, so you played it off cool, like, oh yeah, I'm cool, calm, and collected, Minty over here.
But like, because for me, Zam, I feel like I'm just a little streamer and that kind of stuff. Like I'm not like super like big or exciting or famous or anything like that. I was like, you want to talk to me? Yeah, I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to anyone.
To talk to you, right?
I thought that you would be easy to talk to and probably more easier to schedule because there's a lot of people that are on different time zones. Like I'd love to talk to Clancy, but he is in Finland. And that's 8 hours ahead of me, so it would be a really hard time to schedule. I know.
I always feel bad, but I lurk really hard and cleanse stream. He probably doesn't have any idea who I am. But I lurk there, and I just hang out there, right? And
awkward,
quietly,
very weird.
Stuff. I know it's really weird. I do that a lot.
I watch you, but you don't know it.
No. That's me. I sit in people's dreams, and a lot of the times I won't say anything because, I'm shy, Zam. I
do the same. I only talk because it's something that you have to do as a streamer so that people recognize that you were there. Otherwise, I would never talk. Because I I don't want the attention to be on me. I've gone to so many streams where they turn it around and all of a sudden I'm now their stream when I show up in their stream, and I hate that. I don't want that much attention. I don't want to come into a room and throw your mojo off so much that it's no longer the MintiePie show. It's now the Zam talk to me. I don't want to talk that much. I'm sorry. I'm doing something else. You're second monitor content. I don't want to be here having like a DM publicly with everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I get that. Like typically, I mean, I have a lot of lurkers in my stream, which is fine, right? Like, I think for me, sometimes I know when the chat like kind of lulls and I'm like, oh, should I be saying stuff now, or can I just, do the thing that I need to do and, and not say anything? But I want to engage people, but I don't want to be like, how's everyone doing? And then it's just crickets in chat, and then
I've had that before. Luckily those are during my gaming sessions where people don't want to interrupt me, is what they use as an excuse. And then I just be like, okay, I guess everybody is off on their own doing their own thing. I'm gonna lock the fuck in and play the game. And I can easily ignore them. But let's be honest, it never feels good as a streamer to have a dead chat. It is a moment where you get in your head because now you're having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah. I think the one thing I really need to, get used to doing is not look at the viewer count, because
I look at it all the time. I actually don't have it up right now, but I swear by looking at the viewer count, and that if you're too self-conscious to look at the viewer count, you're too self-conscious to stream.
I mean, and I look at it, but and then I'm a little sad when people leave. I'm like, do they not like me?
No. So
what the follower list, I'm like, when it goes down, I'm like, oh.
Never look at the follower list. That's a bad time because people don't want to know or be called out a lurk and all that. But the cope to go with the viewer list is it's not them leaving, it's Twitch twitching. Twitch is no longer counting them. They're still there in spirit, right? So it's not a you thing, unless like a lot of people have left, then it's a question of maybe they hate the content. But usually you look at it and go, okay, is this a good day for me? Is it not a good day? Was it good content? Did I say something political and lose half my viewership again?
Yeah.
Or is it like Twitch losing all of the lurkers and trying to fight view bots?
So at the end of stream, I'll go take a look at the analytics and kind of see where
I'll look at that, but it always feels
right.
to me good to see it in real time to be able to tweak it. Otherwise, you could make that mistake for 4 hours and lose your entire career.
Fair. But yeah, so like the follower list, when I see it drop, I'm like, oh, now I'm sad.
Yeah.
Do they not like me anymore? What did I do? What did I say?
For me, it's when people give me ads. That's where I dip usually.
Now I feel bad because I give you ads.
That's okay. I mean, I could have an entire conversation about ads. I did have one with Sora the other day. But I don't think there's a good solution on ads, and it's killing the platform.
Yeah, I am not a fan. But I'd much rather control when I have the ads, than just have it randomly show up at any point in time. Right.
Yeah.
Because I like to use the ads for me to go tingle is basically what it is. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry, as a streamer, you're not
repeat.
supposed to have biological processes.
Well, if people are feeding me hydrates, I have to go tinkle. There's just, that's how that works.
I've consumed over 2 liters and a beer in our conversation, and I've yet to go to the bathroom.
Okay, but Sam, you didn't have babies, okay? Pregnancy does things to your
babies
body.
make me pee? I'm sorry, I'll just go and have children now. Oh, wait, I can't. Anyways, do you have anything big coming up soon that you want to shout out or comment on anything cool coming up?
So, I know I don't have a date yet. November is my birthday, so I'll probably be doing something for my birthday, but also I want to combine my birthday, my affiliate, and my 1,000 followers stream all into one.
1,000 followers? Big debut?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to
That
get to
happened this year. I'm so
5,000 and I'm 18 away.
I was so excited that it happened this year. I'm so happy. So I figured I needed to do something big, but I'm kind of in the middle of trying to figure out what it is that I want to do and when I want to do it. Because I know Juice has his charity stream, and then I have another friend that's also doing another charity stream. So I want to make sure that they get full support and stuff like that
Chat
too.
wants to know when your birthday is.
It's November 21st. It's going to
That's
be a
after
Friday.
Pixes.
Yeah. The last day of Scorpio. So yes, I will be doing that. I'm really excited, but I have to figure it out. And then, yeah, at some point, I'd like to do Super Mario World with the kids, them versus me.
Can you play versus in that? Like, why wouldn't you do Mario Maker instead? But okay. I've not played Mario since 64.
Yeah, no, I think you can do like the 2-player, so they would be the second player and I would be the first player. But I think you can do versus, but I'll have to look and see.
That's fair. So that's coming up towards the end of November that you're doing that.
Yes. Yeah, and I think for that I asked Jem, my friend Riston, and Volchi to play GTFO with me.
Oh, that's a hard game, isn't it?
It is a hard game. I have played it. It's going to be so much fun.
And there will be a lot of screaming.
There will be screaming. There will be a lot of friendly fire. I will probably murder half my team.
That's illegal.
I know
murder.
it's so bad. I don't mean to do it, but people like to stand in front of me when I'm shooting things. And then I think I'm gonna have our Scream Queens, Sheepy, Heather, and Grimmy. We're gonna play some Phasma together, as well. So for that day. So we're gonna have a little warning telling people to turn down their volume.
Turn them down to 2%.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a lot coming up in November, guys. Go check out MintiePie. I'm going to give her another shout out. I know the mods are here, but I'm going to do the job myself. Mintie, thank you for coming on. Guys, go check her out. She's a good friend of the show.
Thank you for inviting me. And Zam, if you ever want to talk to me more, you can.
No.
Yes.
I find when I talk to people, I get in trouble, but I do it anyways because I like the trouble. I feel like I also need to talk to the right people, the people that won't give me the drama, you know? And I feel like I've got a better tune on who gives drama and not.
Yay.
I feel like you don't give drama, which is why I knew the answer to the question is that you would not have drama.
Nope. Aw, thanks, Doc. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if you ever need, you're like, I don't have anybody to talk on my podcast, I will come back. And
okay,
I had a good time.
I have yet to have a repeat a customer, a repeat guest, but I've been thinking of it because it's not enough time. Honestly, I could talk to people for like 8 hours. But that's the biggest problem is like, where do I call it? How much do I talk about? How much are people even going to care to listen at a time? Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for being here. And
thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate it. Guys, give another hand to Mintie. Mintie, I'm going to hang up on you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.